Lexi doesn't think that's like normal way to do it. You know.
So last time we left off, you guys, you had your first encounter with Nolvenus.
Yeah, it went poorly.
It did go poorly, but it was a learning experience. It had to be done because he is one of your more intelligent drow.
Yeah. Also, we kind of went in there with like no spells left. So
We have plenty of spells left.
I mean,
we just had no
creator,
constitution.
as he put it, of the Armageddon Echo has resources that you just couldn't have at your disposal.
How do you clear chat?
In Roll20?
Yeah, because it's still showing.
Just make something really big.
Can you go into the little
there's
like,
on the
settings
gearbox clear current chat log.
Yeah, maybe it only clears mine.
I think it only clears for individuals. Yeah.
That's what I did for mine.
Okay, there we go. In Fantasy Grounds, it affects everybody.
Right. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, as difficult as it is, expect this with most of the other named drow from here on. I will be DMing them like they are player characters, and they are going to be making smart decisions.
Okay.
But yeah, so after you guys get out of the observatory, someone does come with you. Aside from Shalala.
Well, so wait, when is this exactly? Like as we're going back towards the whatever the conservatory thing to lick our wounds, basically. Oh, Razorhorn. What's up, Razorhorn?
Yeah. The dragon expresses his concern at remaining at the observatory after not having stopped you.
Oh, yeah.
And that the deal is still on. As long as you can bring him the key, he will use it. He will show you how to use it to get out of the Armageddon Echo.
Okay, then. Since we've already fought Nolvenus now, I wonder if that means we could get him to fight with us next time, considering that now he's kind of... He kind of has a much more vested interest in us actually succeeding. Maybe? I don't know. I guess not really, because he probably has about the same amount of vested interest he had before, really. Just because even if we ran in there and fought him and lost straight up, Razorhorn's probably still in trouble at that point.
But wherever it is that you decide to rest, he follows you.
Okay.
And he remains quiet for the most part, unless you
unless
you
I
talk
ask
to
him something.
So what do you guys do? Did you guys settle on where you're going to rest?
I think we were resting at the conservatory, the plant museum thing or whatever, just because it was somewhere close by, so we didn't have to chance running into more shadows and stuff.
The place where I thought we were going here.
Nope.
Oh, we're not? Okay.
Hey, you're not going anywhere. You have no say in this. You're dead.
I have no say in this anyway.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure where we're at here in the map is where we actually went, because we didn't want to risk going as far, just because...
Where you guys are right now is the conservatory.
Right, and I'm pretty sure we went there because it was close by, and we remember when we were there before, there wasn't really anybody there.
Yes.
And I don't know, maybe there's like plants or something we can use for components or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, before resting, of course, we gotta talk like, oh, what are we gonna do, guys? We're down a person now.
I told you, talk the dragon into helping. She's trying to make sure he doesn't hear her by whispering, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't know if we can convince him.
I mean, he's got to come with us to live, right? Through this portal?
Hmm. I mean, we can try. The fact that he's following us and not staying back at Nolvenus's camp is a good sign, so.
I don't know, like, maybe open the door, breath weapon, and then we all do our whatever we got. It's the least you can do.
Who even is our best diplomancer in this party? It's probably me.
It was Asha.
Yeah, but since Asha's not here, I think it's me. I have a couple ranks in diplomacy. I get a penalty to it, though, if I'm trying to do diplomacy with people that aren't merfolk because of my drawback, which is basically everybody. It's a great drawback to pick when you're playing a race that doesn't show up the entire adventure path.
I'm average for the moment. Oh man.
So yeah, maybe I'll try like talking to Razorhorn and tell him like if he wants to get out and wants us to get the key to get out of the Armageddon Echo from Novenus, we could definitely use some help and maybe offer to even heal him a bit before we fight too, because he's pretty badly hurt still. And I'll try to do like a diplomacy roll, and that was a really shit roll, so he's probably not going to do it. But I'm going to try asking him about that. Like,
Razorhorn groans as a response, and he says back to you, not helping him is bad enough. If I were to go against him and we fail, he wouldn't just kill me. I've seen what those dark elves do to their own kind when they fail. It's worse than death.
okay then. Oh, I tried.
But with your help, wouldn't it be a lot easier to beat him? Don't you know any of his secrets to take him down? Like what the hell he was doing so we couldn't hit him?
He groans and says, he's a master of illusion. I know that much.
Araxial.
So, bathing
that much was obvious.
Bathing the entire room with your breath weapon would probably help, though, wouldn't it?
Well,
holy shit! It's not bad.
Only if he knows where he's at. The room's large enough; he can't hit the whole room with his breath weapon.
Right. But if we breath weapon one and then glitter dust the other, or try to dispel, like you said, I mean, the spell is going to be helpful no matter what. But I don't know if we're going to do that right away or like.
I already failed the check for today, but I'm going to try that tomorrow morning, like after we rest and get. Because I apparently have a scroll of it that I forgot I had. I should have had this in my spell book a long time ago, but
I'm just not sure that the room's illusion itself is hindering us at all. So it might be a waste of a dispel, or a waste of a round, or some. I don't know.
Possibly. Because you are correct. It seems like I don't really know if there. That's the thing, is it's hard to know because I'm not really sure if that illusion is actually covering anything important up. It might be, but it might just be there to disorient us or something.
Maybe he just likes to play God by standing on planets.
How around is that tower? Like from
You
one
mean
side to the
the-
other. Like
you mean the
if-
circumference of the
Yeah.
observatory?
Yeah, is it really wide or basic?
Are you talking about the area where you fought Venice, or the whole thing in general?
Well, like looking at it from the outside, about the area where we should have been in there, how wide is it?
How wide is that tower?
Right.
The tower is about. Let me see.
I know the room that we were in was a little smaller. It wasn't as wide as the full tower, but like the very top of it's smaller.
It's
What are you
about
getting at,
50 feet. It's about a 50-foot, whatchamacallit, diameter room. 50, 60 feet diameter.
I feel like the room was smaller than we were made to believe. So that may be hindering our choices as well.
Well, I mean, I think the problem that I can't see him is the problem.
Well, with that kind of thinking, yeah, like if any of your characters are thinking like Maloki, you can definitely you put together that the purpose of, well, at least one purpose of the arcana that's used to disguise the rooms to mess with your perception and maybe your depth. You don't really know how far you can go or how far his spells might be reaching.
Exactly. It's kind of going along the lines of
It's
with
all
the
supposed to be
illusion, it's
disorientating.
completely destroying any chance we have of really hitting him because we can't tell what's the end of what and where goes where.
Well,
So I think dispelling that illusion should be our first move as soon as we get up there.
I'm hopefully going to try to do that.
So yeah, I definitely disagree with it being a waste of a move in any way, shape, or form.
I have
'Cause-
methods of finding him. I don't.
Well,
it's up to you guys. I'm just.
It gives him such a strategic advantage over our party as a whole that it's better just to get rid of it. Because at least then when you're glitter dusting, you know you're not shooting a wall.
Well, one thing that you do know is that it is a room, and though it looks far away, he couldn't possibly be far away because it is, after all, just a room. So don't
Right,
ever
but-
shoot anything.
That still affects your perception, though, and we don't know where exactly the doorway is in that room. Perchance it could be that the doorway comes into the right side of the room, but we think we're centered. You know, it's just one of those things where it's better to just wipe out the illusion entirely.
Shalelu, what's your opinion on this situation?
Shalelu says that she's never faced an enemy like this before, although she's heard of some that are probably much more powerful. It's different when you're standing in front of someone like this. Getting rid of all the illusions would help, is what she says. But from there, I don't really know.
We don't have greater dispel, do we?
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm not even
So we
high
have to
enough
pick
level for
one.
greater dispel, I don't think.
Yeah.
She says she did notice that although it was difficult to tell where he was, that there were brief moments where his spells would originate somewhere and end. So maybe if we were careful and patient, we could find where they came from to get some information. But I doubt he's careless enough to simply stay in one spot.
Well, I know that I can sniff him out if you just point in a direction.
I'll take your word for that.
She says it's going to take the effort on everybody's part to find him.
Maloki smacks his forehead. Then looks at his wolf. Damn it! How come no one said anything?
Yeah, but she's
I thought
really
you were
squishy.
purposely keeping it out of the fight because there's
She's-
lightning bolts
She
and
got
shit
hit.
flying around.
She got hit by a lightning bolt and had like 5 health or negative
Yeah.
health or something like that.
Right, but even though she's squishy, she can give us an advantage with scent.
Or get
Right,
one-shot and completely die, like 100% die.
We'll be ready though. We'll be ready. Like, hopefully at least won't have to like take 500 damage on the way up this time. We'll see. Can I dim Doris like right in front of the entrance there? I don't think I quite can.
In front of the entrance to what?
Like in front of. I don't think I can dim Doris all though. I'd be able to dim door. I can dim door 2 extra people with me. I think right now.
Oh,
For 3 caster levels. So yeah, I'm not quite high enough level. If I was 1 higher level, I could take the whole party minus Asha. But Asha, we could dim door because she doesn't count as a person anymore, right?
true. She's a corpse.
She's a corpse, so we could just dim door with her as though she were an object. Yeah, I guess Sarax will just be like, well, we'll have to talk about this a little bit more in the morning, I think.
Razorhorn says that there's likely going to be a lot more drow defending the observatory because the patterns in the sky are getting familiar again.
How are more
It's going to happen
getting
soon.
there? Through the portal?
He shakes his head and says, Nolvenus has them stationed all around the city, likely looking for you.
Oh, so he's gonna call them back.
The way to get back can take multiple people. I've seen him take dozens upon dozens of drow with him. Which makes things worse for your elves, he also points out, because the moment that this thing resets, a small army of drow are going to erupt from that portal. And I doubt that your forces have enough stamina to compete with that.
Okay. Yeah, I can handle those guys, no problem. It's when they fly and when I can't see them.
He says if you do have some way of getting to him quickly and quietly, that would work best.
Quick, no problem. Quiet. Yeah, right.
Maloki chuckles. Well, difficult for you, maybe. But then, you're always very straightforward.
Yeah. Way more fun. Alright.
Well, the dragon's gonna rest.
I
Yeah.
guess we'll do watches and rest and whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it'd take me like 3 spells of Dimension Door to dim Doris up to like the top of the tower. So I don't really think that's an option.
I mean, wait. Was there windows somewhere other than the first floor?
I mean, there's a balcony.
There is a balcony.
With a door? Did we ever check that door? Do we know if it's locked?
It's just open, if I
There's an
remember
open
correctly.
It's
balcony.
just an
Yeah.
open balcony. Yeah. that lead
Well,
right to the observatory top.
me flying's never a bad idea. Maloki can climb really well.
Yes, I can.
I'm sure he'd like to fly as well. And so you guys could maybe dim door and then we can fly to the balcony. And then, like, try to get into battle so the fly duration, because I don't think it lasts that long.
No, my fly lasts for like 8 minutes.
Yes.
Razorhorn doesn't raise his head, but he does speak from resting that that's a good idea. You're smarter than you look.
Maloki chuckles again.
The question is, what spell do I want to drop for Dispel if I want to bring Dispel with me?
If I could do Benedict Cumberbatch, that would be the voice of Razorhorn a la Smog.
Yes!
He'd be like, "That's not a bad idea. You're smarter than you look."
That's not a bad idea.
Okay, so we get a rest then.
Yep.
Okay,
Ding ding.
I'm gonna poke the bouton.
Okay.
Hero Lab. Reset all my
You
spells.
may rest yourselves and reset your spells, since that's all manual here in Roll20, and I don't have to do anything.
I'm gonna do.
Mantis, did you have any preference on, or did you have any idea of how you wanted to introduce your character?
Probably in the morning.
I know, but like, did you have any way that you wanted to do it? You can whisper me if you want, or I'll just do it.
I think it was going to be fairly straightforward. He just, walks in.
I don't know if that's how you'd like to do it.
It's a newcomer! Get him!
Kill him with fire!
Razorhorn, your meal's here.
If we feed you this prisoner, will you come fight for us?
I guess no comment. He says he hasn't eaten anything good in a while. It's been all these like edible fungus and like hard-boiled eggs and stuff like that.
And before I accidentally turn into William.
That would be quite the transformation.
Well, like, in order to turn into William...
That's
you
at least a
have
5th
to-
level spell. That's William Shape 1.
You have to officially take the step of, here's a poison. I learned it's a poison. I almost die from the poison.
I keep drinking
Let's
the poison.
take the poison some more! That is the official mark of William.
Okay, and before the party makes my characters into being like William, let's kill off Mantis's character now.
Right as you show up and be like, take his wands and whatever other consumables he brought with him.
Yeah.
And Asha's, for that matter. Let's all be pirates! Woo! Okay, no.
Asha doesn't have any more wands. I'm sorry.
No, but I was wondering if Asha was carrying any party
Okay.
stuff. I think for the most part I'm carrying some of the heavier stuff, but I don't...
Just the armor and longsword.
Yeah, just her armor and her weapon.
Oh yeah, nothing big.
So
Nothing
plus one
that the
cold iron
party
and
can
longsword.
actually use.
All right. So, what do you guys do in the morning for food?
Probably eat fungus stuff. Ask Maloki for help picking out what's edible.
Did you guys take some stuff.
Some rations?
Because the rest of your food got poisoned the other morning.
Right. That's why I'm saying we'd probably look for edible stuff here.
Well, I do remember that some of you were poking around in the drow rations that you guys found in the observatory.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys took some of that, you have some of their rations.
I don't remember if we took any of that stuff or not, honestly.
I did. I took 1 pound.
Okay.
That's what Soph was eating. But yeah, I asked Maloki about like helping me find edible food. Or maybe Shalelu, if either one of them knows enough about these plants to know what's edible here.
Well, plus 10 on survival. Let's take a look.
Yeah, see, that's why I knew who to ask. Because if it had been me, it would have been terrible.
Holy fuck, dude.
So yeah, like these drow rations have like, there's this like really like kind of black looking cheese, what you think might be cheese. There are these dark brown eggs that are kind of gooey on the inside. There's like stuffed like mushrooms with like black stuff in it, and like some like basically escargot looking kind of snail shells.
Do a barrel roll.
Those are typically. Do you want to see a picture of what drow rations look like?
No, I've seen it.
Okay.
So, you guys wouldn't be opposed to an idea I have for this upcoming combat, where I basically make it so that even though we can't see him, he can't see us either, and just make it a complete clusterfuck of not being able to see shit.
Yeah, you could do that.
Well, shit. I'm glad I have blind fight.
My proposal is just creating a massive sleet storm and completely encompassing the entire room in it.
Sure, you can do that. Everybody roll me a
that
perception.
Okay. I don't see why it wouldn't work.
No, would that hurt?
What's the coverage?
Oh no,
of
it wouldn't hurt. It's a 40-foot radius. Like there's almost no way I wouldn't cover the whole freaking room.
Right, but by Maloki's logic, we don't really know where the center of the room officially is, so there is that potential.
True.
It's a shot.
I can still try to.
concern is elements painful.
No, this will just make it difficult to move around.
Okay.
It'll also make the ground slippery.
Well, I've got 60 speed, and, you know.
It'll be just like
I'm
when
not
Manson and I
opposed to sliding.
played Divinity Original Sin.
But he might be
Oh my
flying
God.
too.
We were really good at knocking each other over by throwing ice everywhere.
However, even if he is flying, the sleet would still obscure his vision.
It would make us we can't see. He'll be just as blind as we are.
Okay.
Alright, so aside from Razorhorn and Shalelu and the wolf, out of the three of you, Safa's the only one that perceives this. As you guys are taking part in your morning rituals, Safa, you see what looks to be an echo from where you are, from the Armageddon Echo, like the elves. You see a shadow that looks like this very tall, gaunt man whose body is mostly like sharp lines from like a slanted brow to like the tip of his hair.
How close?
Approaching at a moderate pace, like 60 feet away, walking towards you.
Just in the open approaching? Like down the road kind of thing?
Something like that, yeah. Coming towards the conservatory. And the person looks insubstantial too, like it's hard to even see them. They look almost ethereal.
Does it look like a daylight stroll through the sun in the park, or...
Mantis?
Sure.
Okay. I will find that extremely awkward but not alert because of all the other weird things I've experienced so far. And is my allies awake or is this during a watch?
Yeah, this is while we're
While they're doing
discussing.
stuff. They don't notice him.
Okay.
While we're eating breakfast and talking
And
about,
you take a double take and you lose him for a moment, and then at the corner of your eye, you can just barely pick him out again. It's like he's a moving shadow.
Then my arm, like, is reaching behind me, trying to find Araxi or somebody or whoever's behind me or around me. I'm not even looking at them. I'm just following this figure with my eyes while I'm, like, reaching for somebody's shoulder. And I'm like, guys?
I look up, yes.
Shouldn't everybody be evacuated? There's, like, a figure moving around out there.
Sleet storm.
Go for it, Araxi.
Just not yet.
Also, I'm trying to figure out which spell I drop, haste or fly for dispel magic, or should I just say screw dispel magic?
Well, I think a dispel is a good idea because if we need to, we need to.
Okay. I think out of the two, haste is slightly less important than fly.
Agreed.
Yeah, because I don't think I can jump up there in my climb.
I mean, you have your potion of fly, but
Well,
like,
my climb's
I don't
not-
know.
I have a +9 climb, but it's not the best.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's better than the others.
Rec sounds on their
Araxi.
phone.
It's better than my climb for sure.
No, Araxi's climb is the best climb.
Oh, right.
It's
I
the
gotta-
best climb.
I got a -1 to climb. Okay, so I don't see what Safa's talking about though. Like, I think the shadow plane is just getting to you.
You take a look, Araxi?
Sure.
I do.
Yeah, you don't see it for a moment, and then, like, you do.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Maybe it's not the shadow plane.
Or
But
maybe it's
we
getting
definitely
to
need to
all
get out of
us.
here in any case.
Shouldn't they as well?
You see a tall, gaunt
With that
man.
the guy over there? No, that guy totally looks like he belongs here.
Okay.
I mean, if
We
he looks
ignore it?
insubstantial, does he just look like so? Like, that's different though than the shadow elves we're seeing here, right? Like, they look substantial, just gray, right?
Kind of, yeah.
So this is a little more insubstantial than like shadow elf would be. I mean, can I tell what I'm looking at? Like, is this some sort of outsider?
You aren't sure because you lose sight of him again.
Dang it. I'm wondering if it's just like a fetchling, because that's what I would have totally done if I were in Mantis's shoes.
Well, anyway, Mantis, how would you like to introduce yourself as you move closer towards...
I will speak out to them and say, greetings.
In what language?
Let's see.
Stay a while and listen.
In common.
Okay. Do you have like an accent?
Yes.
Me too. I probably don't really notice that it sounds weird, so don't worry about it.
I have been watching you for some time. I think you may be in need of assistance. I have a proposal.
I am not getting married to a shadow elf.
I don't know if I should trust you. Seem kind of sketchy.
Sava's just eyeing you with the evil eye that she wished she had.
Hey, Shillelagh, do you think we should trust this guy?
You turn to talk to her, and she's like already kind of crouched somewhere, like with her bow drawn and an arrow knocked. being very
Okay.
quiet.
I guess Shalewi doesn't trust him.
She instantly got up from wherever she was when all of this started
Yeah.
getting vocal, and she took her spot like a ranger would.
Okay, well, ask him, do you even know what we're doing?
Razorhorn is sitting nonchalant somewhere.
Indeed, you plan to take down the master of this place, do you not?
We plan to
That-
not die.
Take down is a pretty tame term for what we plan to do to Milvenus, but yes, that's correct.
I believe that he has accumulated some wealth, and this is something that I wish to have. I will assist you in whatever you wish to do to Milvenus, if I can have a portion of the wealth that he has.
Well, I don't really care about his wealth too much, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, okay.
And we do definitely need some help, especially since Razorhorn over here is unwilling to.
He looks up and snorts at you.
Not even for the cotton candy.
Again, I have been watching you for some time now.
How the hell did you even get here?
Way to make that kind of creepy.
I found this. This plane of existence that you know as the Shadow Plane is my home.
Oh yeah, does that knowledge plane supply now? Do I know if this guy's a fetchling or not? Basically,
You can start determining the qualities that a fetchling would have, but you've never heard of a fetchling before.
what?
You're guessing that because he's native to the Shadow Plane, that he has a out of character a natural concealment when he's in dim light, which is basically all the time here. That's why he appears insubstantial. Is that his body is literally blending into the shadows.
I'm just surprised I wouldn't know about like the fetchling race already. Like, I didn't know they were that esoteric.
It's very obscure.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. We need some help against this guy. He's already killed one of our companions.
And he holds a halting hand up to Shalelu, and he says, I will not be much assistance if I feel that I am being...
Oh, she's not doing it out in open sight.
Roll perception.
She's hiding.
Does he see her? Wait, I could have sworn I had a higher perception than that. Oh, I guess not.
She would be a bad elf if she wasn't stealthy.
Well, anyway. I guess he can't see that.
Okay, well,
I wouldn't have said what I just said.
what's your name, traveler? I'm Araxi.
It's not important.
Well, if we're going to be working together, I'd prefer to know your name.
Right. I agree with that.
He sighs. It does not roll off your common tongue very easily.
It's not my common tongue.
I'm a monkey.
And he says, Ibrakek Hoipungu.
Oh, okay. That sounds like an Aquan name, actually. Maybe.
No,
Not really.
he said it's not important, so your name is not important.
I like to think that Ibra Quick
Hi, Ibra Quick,
is the
Hoipunga.
name that Roll20's random name generator gave you. Is that correct?
No, it's the name that Roll20 gave Zerdurium's character sheet.
Oh, even better. I love the Roll20 name generator. It's like one of my favorite things about Roll20, honestly. Even though I never really get to use it, it gives you such such funny names, like Bioioioa. That's like one of my favorite names ever. I haven't got to use it yet, but someday.
Emo Paladin?
I don't know. Do you think Bioioioa is an elven enough name for Emo Paladin?
Yes.
Yes.
maybe that'll be the Emo Paladin's name. Okay, well, how can you help us in this fight? Do you know, like against Nelvenus? What skills do you have? Do you have any way to counteract his illusion magic?
Indeed. If he is invisible, I can see that. If you are troubled by his illusions, I can dispel them.
Oh, interesting.
Or I can try.
So barrel roll. Oh, it's very
Well, then
interesting. That might
perhaps you're
help
just
us out a
help.
lot.
I think I can dispel some of the illusions in effect, but his invisibility is definitely something. My plan really was just to make it so he couldn't see us either.
I'll find him. Just get me in the direction.
Well, hopefully this Ibraquek will be able to help you with that. Okay, then. I gotta finish preparing my spells before we leave. But
Look, I don't know what kind of treasures he has, but if you want to help us kill this guy, I'm okay with that. But don't expect me to do anything for you.
Oh, how very nice of you.
Thanks,
Maloki just rolls. Maloki just sort of rolls his eyes, like, yeah, that's a thing that's bound to happen every time.
oh yeah, I forgot to heal myself from resting. Yay, I'm back to full health, and I only have 1 ability damage on my dex, I think. Or no, it's on my con technically, but since it's only 1 damage, it doesn't impact anything. Apart from what health I die at, I guess. I die at negative 13 instead of negative 14. And I think it affects like how long I can hold my breath. So it has a limited effect, I guess.
So as it is the next day, even though you guys haven't really done a whole lot this day, it's very quiet within Shadow Winvian.
Yeah, because all the shadow
you guys
elves left.
don't see any. Yeah, you guys don't see any elves or any other creatures aside from this guy. And the sky is noticeably clearer. The blot's gone.
Oh, that's great, actually. I just noticed that heightened awareness's material component is a coffee bean.
Well, now.
Yeah, some material components are kind of funny if you look at them.
It's like there's a weird quirk that does not come up very often about that Araxi just likes coffee for some reason. Because she never had it before. And she tries like, this is some pretty good stuff. Maybe land people aren't terrible.
I think you need nuts to cast confusion.
That's pretty funny, actually.
So, what do you guys do?
I'm just finishing up preparing my spells, and then I guess we're gonna make our way to the observatory, and we're probably gonna try to like skip going in through the front door and try to just go straight up to the balcony.
If you guys are using resources to skip to the balcony, just let me know what they are.
Yeah. I'll probably use a couple spells, like give fly to somebody or something, or dim door people.
Are you bringing everybody, or are you leaving a few behind? Razorhorn, of course, is not going to risk his life.
Right. Well, I think we're... If Shalelu is willing to come with us, I think we're bringing her with us. Even if she's not especially useful.
What do you want to do
how
with
many people you can
Asha body?
dim door?
If you don't
probably-
want to take Shalelu, she can guard Asha's body and watch Razorhorn to see if he is to make sure he doesn't try anything
come
funny.
betray us or something. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we could use the extra body with us, though.
Be careful about that, because you know Nolvanus likes area of effect spells.
Extra body.
The more people, the better for AoE.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, you can use those anyway.
How many people can you dim door?
I can only dim door 2 people with me.
Yourself and 2 people?
Yep.
Okay, and can... New guy. Can you get up there
Yes.
to the balcony?
Yes.
So we don't have to worry about him.
Okay.
So you.
Now Maloki can get up there. I just need to get the wolf if we're bringing the wolf with us.
Yeah, take the wolf and then let me fly, because I'm gonna want to fly when I'm in that room, because if he's flying, I'm gonna get to him.
Okay.
So if that's possible and you're okay with that, then we can just... And is that balcony floor really close to that door we gotta get to?
Yes. It's like almost right in front of it.
So we can pretty much open it and... So how do we want to approach that? We're gonna open the door, and then what?
Probably figure out where he is. Maybe dispel the illusion, or try to.
So gonna maybe try to stealthily open the door, Maloki, and sneak in.
I can see what I can do about that.
I don't know if that'll work, but we can try.
If we can maybe, well, I don't know, get a surprise. I don't know. Who knows?
Like catch him before he turns invisible or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I suspect he'll know we're coming, but
Probably. Well, it's our. I mean, it. Might as well have try to stealthily open the door. So, and then if everybody knows what they want to do, how they want to handle it, just point me in the direction, and I will go.
Yeah, I think we'll head over to like the outside the observatory, and I think we're gonna just skip up to the top floor using a couple spells.
Okay, so which
Before we do,
characters are going?
Iberkek has a question for the party.
Okay.
I thought I heard you mention that you have a fallen comrade. Would you like to know their wishes from beyond the grave?
Yes.
Sure.
Iberkek will instruct his familiar to speak with dead on Asha's body.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, does it become
Is Asha
visible?
willing?
Or does Asha just talk with familiar? We'll have to like, yo, familiar.
Asha can resist, and he has to roll a check.
Asha shows up, flips us off, and leaves.
Worst minions ever.
Right?
Okay. You guys see, where is it?
However, it will look like a raven right now.
Okay. Looks like a raven.
What, the familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And then was Asha talking through the Raven?
It takes a look at the dead body, and then it takes a look at Safa, and it communicates telepathically to you that it will not do as you say. That one, and it gestures towards Safa, is marked and should not know any more about what goes on beyond the grave.
Okay.
Huh?
What is this bullshit?
It's speaking telepathically to him, by the way. You guys don't hear it.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Talking to Iberquek, so not to Safa or anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Can it actually do that?
Yes, these things are telepathic.
Okay.
I guess
It also
Raxil-
speaks telepathically to you that if that one's doom should come or be close to, it wouldn't hurt to nudge her towards her fate.
He'll keep that in mind.
She's escaped it once already.
What's this talking with Asha from beyond the grave thing exactly? Like,
It doesn't happen.
yeah, no, Raxi doesn't know that.
So we're
though.
all like staring blankly
Rax
at
is
him,
like, what? What's going on here?
Iberkek will turn to you and say that it seems her soul is too far. I was unable to communicate with her.
Hmm.
However, if you wish to do something with this body, perhaps give it a burial, will make that simpler for you.
The
Will
bird
you
tells
see
you
this thing?
telepathically, no, don't bury her. She's poison.
I don't think she would want to be buried here anyways.
What, in Shadow Plane?
Probably not.
Definitely not. I'm pretty sure we're bringing her
Anyway.
back with us when we leave here.
Or whatever you wish to do with the body.
You can carry her if you'd like.
I don't wish to carry her.
Very
Just
well.
leave her here for now. We're gonna have to come back to Razorhorn anyway.
Well, why don't I just fly, take her body up to the balcony, drop her on the balcony, and then go in and we'll come back to the balcony.
This is a huge waste of time and also very dangerous. Once we get to that balcony, we need to go right away.
Right.
As soon as we show
I
up,
let
it's
go
very
of her.
like
It's a free action. It's like, boop, dead body on ground.
I just don't feel like we want to spend the time dragging a body around.
Okay, Shalelu, would you like to watch our dear Asha and the dragon?
She says, since you're not able to do it yourself, I will leave the defeat of Nolvenus in your capable hands, and I'll make sure that neither the corpse nor the dragon rises up against us.
Alright, very good.
Okay.
And she makes the I'm watching you gesture towards Razorhorn, and he blows a puff of irritated smoke.
He's still hurt from yesterday, so I mean,
Yeah.
she might
His
actually be able to
health
take
right
him.
now is accurate.
Yeah, she might actually be able to take him in a 1v1 since he's so low.
So maybe, unless Maloki wants to climb, you can just dim door him. And me, and then maybe cast fly or not fly. I don't know.
Well, we're gonna move to outside of it so we can kind of get there together.
Yeah. So, yeah, just dim door us all and then we'll figure it out up there.
Well, dim door me, Maloki, and Lana, or maybe unless Maloki really wants to climb, it'll just be me and Lana, Lena, whatever. Or I can dim door Eberquack if he
Yeah,
wants as well.
Whatever work.
Or I can honestly dim door you and then cast flight right before we open the door, so you have like the full 8 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Eberkek will fly up.
Okay then.
But before
Maluki
we
says,
fly up,
take
he
Lena
is going.
and starts climbing himself.
He's
Okay,
going
well,
to cast a couple of spells.
Yeah, I
He's
cast.
going to cast
Go ahead.
See Invisibility, and he's going to cast Heroism on.
Okay.
On who?
Yeah, it was
Loki.
kind of ended. Oh, sweet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna cast before we get like kind of as we're approaching the tower. I'm gonna cast heightened awareness on myself, and let's see. I'm gonna cast resist energy lightning on myself as well, so I don't get blown up by a single lightning bolt.
Okay.
Oh, I still have ability damage.
We don't have any way to get rid of that, unfortunately.
Was that drain?
It was just damage, but we don't have
It was just
lesser
damage.
Well, I
restoration.
slept, so I...
You would heal some
You
of
heal
it.
one.
One of
For-
each
is it
type of
each? Yeah.
damage.
Okay.
Yep,
so
one of each
that'll-
type of damage you took.
There we go.
So that'll help a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe you
but
don't
my
have a
strength
penalty.
back to 4.
Back to 4. That's still pretty bad.
Well, that's what my strength is.
4?
I think she meant her
Jeez.
modifier.
I figured too. I was just
Yeah,
doing it all the time.
He's just being a smartass.
Yeah, my con though is still not.
It's ouchy.
Yeah.
I'll do a for resist energy lightning on Safa as well, since she's still hurt from the poison and doesn't have as good a reflex as Maloki.
Okay.
And I know for sure that he casts a lightning bolt. He might have like fireballs and stuff too, but I haven't seen him cast those, and I have seen him cast lightning bolts. So
Resist energy lightning. Is that the 30?
20.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not high enough level for it to be 30 yet. That's a level 11.
11. Okay, I keep.
Yeah, so too used to Rise of the Rune Lord characters that are like level 16 and can do all the things.
All the things.
All right, here you are.
So yeah, I'm going to use. I'm not going to do flight until we get like just before the door, I guess. But I'm going to dim door. Use dim door to get Safa and the wolf up here, and then I guess Eberquick will fly, probably using a flight hex, is my guess.
Nope, he hard casts it.
I guess hard cast fly on himself. Okay. So it won't last as long on you as it does on Safa, since I'm going to cast it once we're already up here, but yeah, I'll cast fly on Safa as well.
He tells him to let him know when you're about to open the door.
Well, I guess we'll make our way over towards the door.
Okay. Everybody's moving together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eberkek will be up 10 feet or so.
10 feet in the air.
I'm gonna be trying to be stealthy.
Okay. Everybody roll me a reflex.
Okay. So I was rolling perception because I was going to see if there was like traps or whatnot, but I guess
That's a good idea.
was too slow on that. Because I actually rolled the perception right before you said that. Okay. I have heightened awareness. Does this give me any sort of bonus to this crap? I don't think so. Well, it gives me a bonus to perception, actually. My reflex is probably like really terrible, if I remember right. Yep.
Oh no.
Cool. We're gonna start the fight with like already no health.
Same bonus for the familiar. I'll just roll for the familiar. Oh, Familiar takes half damage because of improved evasion.
Alright, so two things happen. One, as you guys walk across this center area, you don't notice it until it starts to glow. There's a little rune on the ground, and it bursts and explodes, not with fire, but just with this force. And everybody who didn't roll an 18 or higher takes the full damage, 23 points of damage.
This is
And you
untyped?
hear this is untyped damage, I believe.
Okay.
The glyph of warding.
It's force damage, I think.
Is it force?
God, I just hit the wrong button.
And you all hear a loud, sinister laugh in a voice that you probably recognize.
Why does that thing say bless on my notes? What the hell? Huh.
It's glyph
So
of
wait.
warding?
You cast see invisibility and what else on me?
I ain't casting invisibility on you. I cast
I
the
said-
invisibility on myself. I cast
Oh.
heroism on you.
Heroism. Okay. I apologize.
I think glyph of warding actually does type damage, but you pick what type of damage it is, actually. Like it says caster's choice for blast glyph, if that's what it is.
Yeah, it's the blast version of it.
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
acid,
wait.
cold, fire, electricity, or sonic. So I guess what type of
Sweet.
damage is it? Maybe if it's electricity, then we lucked out.
Let's see. It's 5
Hey.
different types.
I take no damage.
Yep. You have improved or you have evasion.
Yes, and the heroism gave me enough of a boost that I actually was
Very
just
nice.
This glyph is dealing cold damage.
Okay. I take the full damage then.
Does Iberkek have something to resist that? He does.
You feel
I
the
think.
chill of the void of space, knowing what's on the other side of that door.
Yep, that's cool. I don't have any healing anyway, so I'm just taking that damage and hoping I won't take any more.
Okay, what do you guys do?
And the
My
familiar
dog is
actually
on.
takes almost nothing there. Familiar takes 1 damage.
Yep. You just keep moving forward with, another perception roll that probably won't matter, but do it anyway.
Iberkek will fly down and hex Araxi. You're gonna get a healing hex.
And what does that do?
You gain 22 health.
I gain 22 health.
Yep.
Wow, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That puts
Nice
me almost to full health. I have 1 damage on me now then.
Oh, that's good, see? It didn't do that
I
much.
don't suppose you can heal Safa though, since it probably does positive healing.
He looks at Safa and he says, "Not with this."
Okay. That's too bad. Well,
Your bird
guess
anyway
we'll-
is telling you not to heal her.
I'm gonna cast Fly on Safa though as we're coming out of the
Holy
door
shit,
here.
event just spiked up to like 10k.
Oh, for you, finally.
Yeah.
Oh, like you still have it running in the background?
Yeah.
I still have it running too.
Yeah.
I don't.
I closed it. I figured
It's
hopefully,
fine for me. It's 81 ping.
hopefully it's working tomorrow is my hope.
Okay, so you guys approached the door, and I heard someone was perceptioning it.
I tried to roll perception, but I guess it didn't.
I'll roll
The
one.
Wuton did not work. Let's try it again.
Is that my right number?
There
Oh,
we go.
-2 on that. I don't. Yeah, -2.
Mine
Okay,
technically should
Araxi
have a
and Safa.
+2 on that because I have
With
heightened
those
awareness up.
perceptions, with the +2, with those perceptions, you don't think there's any traps on it. But you might know better that there's a person likely on the other side that wants to kill you very, very badly.
Oh yeah,
And that
of
was
course.
a loud laugh that just reverberated through the tower.
Oh. I guess he knows we're here.
Irik will fly up and he will fortune on the next round.
Okay.
And then he'll laugh. He can laugh back at this guy.
So how do you guys handle the door?
I could use open close to try to open the door, like the spell open close from like the foot of the stairs, I guess. But I'm gonna wait till everyone's in position before I do that. I'll tell people I can open the door with magic, or try to at least, unless it's like locked or something, or too heavy.
I think it's too heavy for open and close. These are two big double doors.
What if I'm just opening one of the double doors?
Double Ds. What's the maximum weight for open close?
30 pounds.
Yeah, it's heavier.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Well, somebody else is going to open the door then, because it's... Yeah.
I will do it.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Fox's
Tries
Dream
to be
now.
stealthy about it.
Before he does that, I do not want to stand directly behind Loki. Yeah, I'll step.
You can fly up in the air, too. You have fly on you now.
Oh, you put fly on me. I'm flying. I'll
Yep.
fly so I'm not like in a lightning bolt line of Maloki. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you can be like 15 feet up above him or something. I don't know if the stealth's going to matter if he's just staring at the door, but, you know,
Yeah, I know.
it's worth a shot.
I'm trying to be quiet.
Okay. Do you open the door?
Yep.
You open the door. And I'm going to move you in a moment.
No.
And you see the familiar arena. I'll put you right here at the foot of the door. With all of the stars and such in the sky burning brightly.
Starlight, Starbright. First star I see, do holy shit.
Do we need to be
And
rolling initiative here?
large comet hurtling towards Golarion in the distance. And yes, I would like you to roll initiative.
Okay. Let's see, I want to put in that +4 conditional bonus for my initiative, because I'm going to use heightened awareness on this. If I can figure out how to do that. And whatever, I'll just manually adjust it.
That's not correct.
And
It did
Nolvenus
not
greets you.
carry over a feat. Oh. Nope. It's fine. That's correct.
He greets you with a, back again I see. Not enough before. Very well. If you don't wish to die to my creation, then you'll die by my hand.
Well, of course we came back. We just missed you so fucking much. Lena wants to come too.
Was
Is
she
she
up
gonna
there
be
with
right
you,
behind you
or
or
was she
something, or what?
hanging back?
I think she would have come charging up.
So she was up with you then?
Yeah, kind of hard for her to charge up through the barrier that is the difference between the two parts of the map.
Right.
Right, there's the rounds, and here's this guy.
I guess she's not technically in the room right now. What the hell? I was trying to put her up next to me, but she's stopped by a barrier of some kind.
Yeah, it's the whatchamacallit, it's the dynamic lighting.
It does weird things sometimes.
You want her right there, she can be
God
right there.
damn you. Ah, perfect. That works.
Alright, is that everybody's initiative?
Yes.
And is it correct?
Yeah, my initiative's
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, it's correct. I lied about
Okay.
something. I've
I
been
mean,
playing with
mine's
too many
supposed to be
character
like
sheets.
20 higher.
Okay, so the dark elf on the planet of Golarion gestures and speaks to you, and he says, I'm sure you've all figured out that I have many tricks up my sleeves. That even this image of me probably isn't me. Does it frustrate you, not knowing what I'm doing?
Actually, I'm more embarrassed for you.
Araxi?
I'm gonna dimensional slide up into the room.
Okay. Where would you like to be?
I can't see the room, but probably a few spaces to one side of Maloki, maybe? Like up here, probably.
Okay.
That's a move action. And I think I'm going to cast the... I might just cast the Sleet Storm here, honestly. Like right away. I could Dispel as well on the other thing. I'm not sure which is the better play here. Let me see. Well, how likely is Dispel to work? That's just it just plus my caster level, I think. I could boost that with using
caster
Arcane
level.
Pool to make it cast at caster level 9. But
It's not bad.
I think it's better to just cast the Sleet Storm now. And be like, maybe use my one-liner like, I don't know, you tell me. And it'll be like a 40-foot radius centered at the planet thing where he's standing. I'm not even going to try to draw the circle, I don't think.
Okay.
But it's a 40-foot radius, so it's going to be probably at least up to like all the different planets on here. So if the room's really gigantic, maybe he can... But he won't be able to see into it anyway, though, because it comes down to where we're like Maloki and are inside of it. So yeah, I've conjured up a giant sleet storm. And I'm going to... there's no point in using Arcane Reservoir in here unless I want to make the duration longer. So blocks all sight, even dark vision within it, and causes the ground to be on the area to be icy, and a creature can walk within or through the area at half normal speed with a DC 10 acrobatics check.
Okay, with a 40-foot radius, I think it's pretty much going to take up the whole room.
That was the hope.
Yeah, so boom, it's all
the
sleety.
whole room's sleety now, so he shouldn't be able to see us. And also, he's probably going to fly anyway, so probably the movement impeding doesn't really matter as much to him, but...
Okay, is that your turn?
Yep, this will last for 8 rounds.
Alright, Maloki, it's your turn.
Well, let's see here. I think Lena's going to percent to use. Let's see. Yeah, she wants to try and sniff this fucker out.
So no one can see in this more than 5 feet?
Yep, that's
Okay.
correct, including him. Unless he's got
I'm
like
gonna
the.
give Araxi some light emitting so that everybody else can see.
Like, unless he has, what's it called? Some sort of, like the goggles that Nizzo
There,
has.
can everybody
I
see
think
this now?
the room?
Yeah.
I mean, we're in it,
I'm
so.
not
Secret,
in
can you see
dynamic
it?
lighting, so no.
Oh, you're not in it? Oh, I didn't give you...
Ooh.
Oh, I give you sight.
I can't
How
see
bright
'cause
is
I'm
it in
not
there?
Well, I gave Araxi light that everyone should be able to see.
Don't see it. Maybe I have to refresh. I'll try refreshing.
I think that the way the dynamic lighting works is they still won't be able to see the light I'm emitting unless they're like within the area. Like walls still block it.
How about this?
That might work because I can see them now.
I can see them. I think I can see the entire place.
You shouldn't be able to see the entire place.
I can see the entire place.
Huh, that's
Yep.
weird. Because it should be all fog of war.
I can see
Nope.
them as well, but
I mean, I can't see the enemy, but I can see the entire room.
it's the big blue fuzz on it.
Right.
Ooh, there we go. Now I can't see hardly anything. I can still
No,
see
I can
most of the
see
room.
60 feet around
I can see the
Araxi.
room.
Yeah, I can still
Yeah.
see most of it, but I mean,
There you go. That should be fine. Okay, so Maloki, what are you doing?
Lena's trying to sniff him out.
Okay. That's within 30 feet of her. She does not smell anything other than you and Araxi right now.
Wow. Even if she were 40 feet away, she'd be able to smell Araxi.
rude.
Funny.
And I'm going to trust myself and see.
Remember, you have to roll acrobatics to move through this shit too. I think Maloki auto succeeds on it, to be fair, but then you only also move at half speed, even with that past acrobatics. Which is still pretty quick because you have really fast move speed, but
Does that work?
yeah, you're fine. You can move at half
So I
speed.
still move 30 feet.
And if you fail, if you roll a 5 or lower on the acrobatics check, you fall prone in the ice.
I'm feeling confident because I have my blind fight and everything, so.
Are you moving up to the planet? Or are you climbing on top of it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Safa?
Okay. Let's see.
So at least softly you'll be able to move through it no problem because you're just flying, but you still won't be able to see anything.
Yeah.
That's okay though, because Novenis shouldn't be able to see you either.
I can't cross the wall.
Yeah.
Right.
It's too powerful.
Wall too
I'll
strong.
be right back in 1 second. I'm
You
gonna grab
did a
something to
good
drink real
one on
fast.
us. Okay. I will move up here and take a look at my wounds from this cold damage and take a look at the room Araxi did and sigh. And with a move action, I'm going to pull out a potion of inflict light wounds, my last one, and drink it
Okay.
as I inflict wounds upon myself.
Stop cutting yourself.
It's cutting me from the inside. It feels so good. And I will swift action activate blind fight feet. And I'm just going to come up here, no further, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. All right, Mantis.
Iberkek will move here, flying, and then he will chuckle to renew his fortune.
All right, I'm putting you right here. Move where you want.
And he will talk to his familiar in language. Let's go with Infernal. And he will ask his familiar, do you know where he is? And the familiar has spirit sense, which works as line sight, except needs line of sight, like can't be behind objects, 60 feet.
That's pretty useful. So if he's within the room and not behind anything, then you should be able to see him in theory,
Right.
or sense him at least, not strictly see. But
Wait.
The familiar communicates to you telepathically that yes, it does know where he is, and let's refrain from using that tongue in the future. It's very crass.
Indeed, he'll
he's
say
probably
in
just trying to figure out
Celestial.
something that no Venice won't understand. Which Infernal's a pretty decent guess. He probably knows Abyssal, but he might not know Infernal.
Your familiar says that he is roughly 30 feet in front of you and slightly to the left.
Okay. And that's my turn. I moved and I double moved with laughing.
All right. Nolvenus speaks to you as you guys can't quite see him from all the sleep.
That's okay.
And stuff.
He can't see us either.
And he growls angrily, seemingly frustrated. And he responds to you. Nice trick you have, but you've blinded only yourself. Trying to fight me with cold? Let me warm you up.
Okay.
And I need Maloki, Lena, Safa, and Araxi to roll me a reflex save.
Yep. It's probably full damage.
Oh.
Could that be a ball of fire?
It could be.
Great ball of fire.
All right, let's see. I got a 13, a 27, a 21. For Elena, that's good. And is that a 12 for Maloki?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that wasn't a very good roll.
That's good news for us.
This bead of fire that you guys can't see very well, but you can feel it, explodes around you and deals 25 points of fire damage.
That's all right. I'll just need to shift over somewhere where he won't be. Oh, I should use shift ability after I cast it. Oh well. I could have done that as a swift action.
That's his attack.
So does Lena take full or just 13?
Okay, so whoever rolled 18 or above takes only half.
Sweet.
So fortunately, Safa only took like what was it, 12? I think pretty sure it rounds down.
Yeah, rounds down.
Yeah, always rounds down.
And same thing with Lena, which is probably good because Lena has like less health than anybody else here.
Lena should have evasion.
True, but not improved evasion.
Right. I thought Lena
she
was
takes
the
no
21,
damage.
though.
You're right, no damage if she has evasion. Yeah, you're right. If she has evasion, I don't know.
No evasion, no.
Okay.
All right, Rexy, you're up.
Oh right, what do I want to cast here? I could try to dispel the illusion now. I don't know if there's really any point. But I could still try to do it. Alternatively, I could delay until after somebody like tells me where he is or something. I think the first order business actually is I need to get away from, like, I need to spread away from people. So I think I need to like shift over to the other corner on top of this other planet over here probably.
Okay.
So I'll do that. Shift over on this planet.
You shift.
Or slide, actually, dimensional slide. So let's see here. That's
It's a bit tricky to keep your footing on it, but you do. Well, your tail fin.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to move because I know I'll probably fail the acrobatics check if I try to do a normal movement.
Oh, it's too bad the whatchamacallit, the ventrilo wasn't working because Secret had some good music for this.
Oh yeah, that is too bad. And then I'm gonna cast shield on myself so he can't magic missile me if he does somehow find me.
Okay.
And that's gonna be it for my turn. I'll wait.
Maloki, it's your turn.
Wait for somebody to tell me.
I'm going to see if I can determine where that came from.
Okay, this is going to be a big perception, so give me perception.
Yeah, there it is. 18.
18 is not going to be enough, considering that there's sleet everywhere and you cannot see it. Good try, though. You still have a standard or a move action.
Lena's going to try and send him out.
She tries to send him out here, 30 degrees around her, and she still does not smell anything other than the allies she previously met.
How's Lena's acrobatics, by the way? Is she able to move through this no problem?
Well, she should use his ranks, so she probably has a decent
yeah, she probably has no problem then. It's only a DC 10.
I don't think
It's
animal
+6.
companions use the ranks.
Oh, it's plus 6? So actually, she probably should roll it because if she fails, I mean, she won't ever get knocked prone by it, but she could potentially not be able to move if you roll really low. Which is unfortunate, but
Yeah.
yeah. So she actually wouldn't be able to move up there. She'd be stuck where she was at.
This is a great crowd control spell, Pluto. Thank you.
What the? Oh yeah, crowd controlling her own wolf.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect anybody else really, but I mean, it stops Maloki from moving quite as quickly since I didn't give him fly yet.
Yeah, it puts me down to
But
30
he
instead of
literally can't fail the acrobatics check, so Maloki is not really too
Okay,
concerned
see, he
about it.
moved. Is that
Yep.
your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Safa.
And since I haven't hit Nolvanus with anything, he shouldn't know where I'm at.
Okay. I will swift action activate another feat, blinded blade style. But I will not activate the style itself yet, as I maintain my turtle style.
Okay.
I would like to
Try to.
fly into the room. Can I? It's my what's my flight speed? 60?
60.
Yep.
Unless you're flying up, then it's half.
Okay. I'll be flying upward a little bit, so I'm gonna want to be like 15 feet, if possible, in the air.
Okay.
And
Noted.
maybe like right here.
All right.
And I'm gonna roll a perception.
Go ahead. Make it a big one. All right, you try to locate him by sight and or hearing. Or do you actually have scent now?
Not yet. I haven't switched styles.
Okay.
The scent's pretty short.
You
Yeah.
can't quite locate him.
Like the scent's more once you know.
The
You know,
sleet is definitely
It's so I can
impairing
follow,
your
basically.
ability to find him.
It's fine. There's more of us than there are of him.
Yeah.
All right, Mantis or Ibra.
Where is he approximately?
Your familiar told you. Did you get the other whisper?
Yeah, I see that. Is that up diagonal?
Yes, up.
Okay.
Up and to the left. Roughly 40.
So around there.
Let's see. Okay, so make it more like 55.
Okay. So I am going to glitter dust approximately where my familiar tells me that he
Okay.
is. Which will probably hit Maloki.
Where do you want to center it? Because it's a 10-foot radius. Has to be in a
Approximately
corner.
where my familiar says he is. Let's do.
Okay. Just like, put a little like arrow thing or a little paint mark on a corner or an intersection. Right there? Okay.
This corner? Is that approximately my familiar said he was?
That's fine if that's where you want to put
I
it.
guess it doesn't matter
Okay,
too much.
Maloki, roll me a will save.
Considering he's effectively blind right now anyway.
DC 17.
Maloki, do a barrel roll.
Let's see here. Whoa!
Dang.
Does that succeed?
No, he's
Yeah, that
blind.
succeeds.
Wait, was 17?
It's DC 17.
Yeah, DC 17.
Oh, okay. I thought he said 18. Never mind.
No.
I think
I
that's
said
what mine
17.
is. I think that's what mine is without any modifiers. Although technically, if I cast it with my fox is cunning up right now, and with an arcane
Okay,
wizard,
you cast your spell,
21.
and you know it goes off. But
Okay,
you cannot see the
and,
results of it right now.
I will chuckle and then to maintain the fortune, and I will say, get rid of this storm. You should be able to see him now.
Too bad I can't actually dispel it, so we're just gonna have to wait it out.
Okay then.
I could dispel it with dispel magic, though, probably.
All right. Nolvenus, he says, "Cease your pitiful attempts now, and I may yet let you live." And you guys hear what sounds like the thunderous like crackle of lightning, but nobody has to roll anything.
He just fired it into the darkness,
You fired
or
it
into the
somewhere.
fog.
You don't know where though.
Ah, it's working.
Well, at least my glitter dust, if worst case comes to pass, should outline him the turn after Pluto's fucking spell goes away.
That's why I'm glad I didn't extend the duration. It'll end on on round 7, since I cast it on round 0 technically. Do I want to cast resist fire or something like that on me? I already have resist lightning, but I'm gonna take a move action to try to see if I can determine through sound or whatever from where he's at. Probably not, but I'm gonna try it. Do a perception roll to try to locate him.
Okay.
Yep. Probably not.
Nope.
In that case, I'm going to do a readied action, and if I see him come within 5 feet, because especially if he's glitter dusted, he'll be invisible, or he'll be visible right in front of me. Then I'm going to cast a spell on him. Probably grease.
Okay.
I'll cast appears right next to me,
Maloki, it's your turn.
or something.
I'm gonna see
I
if I
don't
can
know.
hear where that lightning came from.
Actually, he'd probably be flying. I don't know. I'll cast a spell of some sort on him if he appears right in front of me. Dispel, maybe to counter whatever he casts. If it's not like a held charge.
Maloki, you think that the lightning bolt originated very close to you, somewhere within this square. But you think you did hear, you heard I guess the very subtle sound of something moving from that spot. So you think that's where it was fired, but you still don't know where he is due to the sleet.
Hmm.
Well, maybe you heard him as he was moving after he cast it, or while he cast it. You probably heard his voice moving too.
Yeah, that was what I was wondering.
Are you flying?
No.
Maloki just has high enough acrobatics that he can move freely around.
Right. I'm just saying because he's jumping off of this planet to move there.
Or climbing.
Yeah,
he's got a climb speed.
And everything.
Okay.
And a plus 20 or something to climb.
Climb is 17. Acrobatics is 12.
Plus, he has a natural climb speed, so he doesn't have to make those climb checks.
For most cases, he doesn't. Yeah.
Unless I'm under duress. Yeah.
Okay, so you move there.
Yeah.
Okay, Safa, it's your turn. Oh, what about Lana? Sorry.
Yeah, she can try an acrobatics roll to move again.
Oh. Let's see. Nothing on the scent?
Nothing on the scent yet. Just she senses Safa and the new guy, and is familiar. All right, Safa.
Safa growls. Where is he?
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Well, I'm hoping a player would tell her, but that's entirely up to him because he knows. He just needs to tell her. If not, she's going to hold her action.
Oh wait, where did it
I mean,
go?
I don't think she can actually tell. I don't think Eber can actually tell you until it's his turn anyway. Technically, right?
I don't see why not. It's all.
Oh,
the
you
same
can say
round.
short things, yeah.
No.
And it's gonna be his turn anyway right now.
Yeah,
Yep, that's true.
I just want to know where I need to go. Other than that, I'm not gonna go.
So Iberkek doesn't know where Safa is. I guess his familiar might, but...
Well, I just shouted really loud. Where is he?
Double-edged sword there because you're somewhat telling Null Venice where you're at potentially.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
and Iberkek will say he is near the center of the room, farthest from the doors we came in.
Excellent. I will fly in this direction.
Okay, and you know what, Safa? If that's where you stop, you actually see something now. 5 feet away from you, with concealment, you do see a glittery outline.
Oh shit! There's 2 Null Venices on the tracker.
Uh-oh. Okay. So, no penalties at all?
No, he has concealment.
He has
Normal
concealment because you're 5 feet within the sleet storm.
Okay, then I will drop my turtle style and activate the blind bladed style, and now it's no problem.
Because you have scent.
It doesn't completely get rid of concealment.
I do not take the penalties of strength or dexterity against concealed targets.
Okay, cool.
What's the name of that style again? Bladed scent?
Blinded
Blinded
blade style.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so now I think my weapon attack should just be normal. I can single attack because I moved.
Gain scent of 10 feet. And I think he's still a perception, but you have blind fight, so you gotta roll the
Okay,
concealment twice.
roll me
or
a percentage, Safa. Ooh, nice. That 86 will work.
Okay.
You hit him.
I'll say, gotcha now. Okay, back to the kitchen. Thank you.
He is noticeably surprised. He gasps as you hit him. All right, Mantis.
Iberkek is going to move to a slightly different space from where he called out to. And then he's going to chuckle because a lot of his stuff relies on line of sight. I think. Hexes rely on line of sight, right?
Yes.
I can't just know where they are.
Unless they say otherwise. You have to see them. It's like casting any other spell.
Yeah, okay.
That's your turn.
Yeah, that's my turn. And I chuckle to continue the fortune.
Okay.
I need this shit gone to be effective.
Alright, well, Safa, you see him fly 5 feet away from you. And he almost like screams in rage out, "Enough toying around! I will burn you all to a crisp!" And I'm going to need a reflex from Ibra and Safa. As you see, you barely make it out as it passes you. You see not a red bead of fire, but a blue bead of fire.
If this is an illusion spell, which it might be, I get a bonus.
I'll go ahead and roll a reflex.
Uh-oh. And same for familiar. This is the familiars.
Okay. This one's gonna hurt. Safa, is that your that's 17? 11 and 16. Ooh, not very good one.
No.
I mean, read my bonuses if they matter at all, but yeah.
8 versus visual-based attacks, plus 2 versus disease and mind affecting, weakness to sonic. Okay. So, yep, that's going to be the final number. I was looking for 18 and above. Alright, this blue fireball explodes with the intensity of a dying star, and it deals 38 points of fire damage.
Ouchies.
If one could see this spell being cast, they would probably think it was empowered.
Okay. I'm down.
Dang.
Okay. That's his turn.
And so that was 38. My familiar takes, what is that? 17?
Yep. I think maybe.
Araxi, it's your turn.
Maybe I'll just dispel this sleet storm since he's got glitter dust on him now. Yeah. I
Yeah, you
heard.
can do that.
I heard Safa say like, "I got you now." I maybe don't know that she's down at this point, but.
Oh, shit. I get to roll 2 reflex saves because of fortune.
Oh, I could too then.
Oh, did you have fortune on you?
Fortune.
That's
Yes,
right, you
I
did.
do.
Go ahead and roll that back. I'll let you do that. I'll be nice.
Yeah.
Hey, take half
Okay.
instead.
So you can take the half.
No, Safa doesn't have fortune. Only Iberkek does.
Oh,
Oh, never mind.
Oh, you got our hopes up.
Your fortune sucks.
I'm sorry, Safa.
Why are you so selfish with your fortune?
I wouldn't be so selfish if I could see people to put fortune on them, but I can't.
Yeah. I think it was the right play because it stopped us from getting hit. Oh, but I'm gonna dispel it now, or try to at least. I'm gonna use an arcane reservoir point to boost the caster level of my dispel and hope that I don't fail to dispel my own sleet storm. But I'm gonna attempt to. It's decently likely that I'll succeed.
Yep, good luck.
That should be. Let's see. The DC is.
Yeah, that should be enough.
That should be enough. Yeah.
The
Okay, so
DC is
I get rid
20.
of the sleet storm. So now you guys should be able to move and see freely. And do I see Nolvenus? Is he still like revealed from
You do.
Glitter Dust?
Everybody
Okay.
does. You
Okay.
see his outline revealed.
And then
And
do I
you all
wanna
see
do...
that within like this quadrant, there is this lingering blue fire that's fading away quickly, and Safa's immolated body.
Okay. And I'm gonna pull out a potion as a move action, I guess, just because I might need to drink that or something. And that's my turn.
All right, Maloki, it's your turn.
Maloki will do what Maloki does best.
And he is flying in the air. He's like 15 feet off the ground, kind of where Safa was.
Damn
like,
it,
kind of
why?
not touching that planet. Because he's a wizard.
He's a bitch, Harry.
But you could get to his height by climbing on that planet.
Yeah, and you don't have reduced move speed, so you should be able to just get up there pretty easily. The sleet storm's gone.
Yeah, I was planning on charging him, though.
I can give you flight next round, but I couldn't do it the same round I got rid of the sleet storm.
I'm going to move up to try and attack him.
Okay. You climb, and as you do climb, he's wielding like I said, the staff on the cover, this like burning skull flame staff, and he does try to hit you with it.
Bring it on, bitch.
Do you have mobility or something?
Well, I mean,
No, I
he's
just
got a
don't think
pretty
he's gonna
good
hit me.
chance of dodging.
Yeah. Nilvanus probably doesn't have a great attack bonus, I'd imagine.
He has to have some weaknesses.
He can't just be like a dragon where he has like really high saves across the board, really high
Yeah.
attack bonus, and has spellcasting. But, you know, dragons are
Okay, I think
iconic
that's
for a
fair.
reason. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that misses.
Misses so badly.
Yeah, he tries to take a swipe at you, but he's not successful.
Hey. My turn.
Yeah. That's a hit.
Fucking better be, if not, we're screwed.
Might be kind of screwed anyway. I was hoping Safa could, like, grapple him or something, but...
Well, there's 20 damage, so...
Alright. You heard him. Safa, roll me a constitution check. What's your con right now anyway? How many
One
turns
bleed
do you
point
have?
from death.
Really? It's just 10?
Yeah, because
And
of
she's got a bunch of
my
cod and
gem.
damage. Yeah, that's probably not enough.
What's your con damage right now?
It's all from that poison, right?
Yeah, but what is your con damage right now?
My con damage right now is 4.
Is 4? Okay. So you take 1 bleed.
And I'm dead.
God damn it.
This guy's killed 2 people now.
Mantis.
Ugh. I am going to...
Well, apparently I should use resist energy fire, but... Oh, I hadn't seen him cast a fire spell yet at that point, really.
He
don't
did. You guys with the
Did he?
fireball last
The
time.
first fight? I don't remember that. I just remember the lightning bolt.
Go 5-foot step this way, laugh, and prepare an action to cast Enervation if he moves away from Maloki.
Okay. On his turn, then, yep, he's going to 5-foot step away.
I'm
Fine.
going to cast Enervation.
Okay,
so
give me an attack roll.
That way you don't have to deal with a Maloki being in the way. Penalties.
Give me a second.
pretty smart.
A 19 will hit. Roll me your
Interface.
Okie dokie, I think I need to get through spell resistance too.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do.
Roll me its
And I
SR.
do have greater spell penetration.
Okay, add it all in.
So is that calculated in? Well, +2. No, 4.
All right, that'll beat it. Nice,
So
19.
now I need to roll a d4, I believe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So two negative levels.
It's effectively what, 10 damage plus
Okay.
a bunch of penalties.
Yeah.
You negative energy damage him. And he kind of retches in pain. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Well, that was a ready to action.
It was a ready to action.
Still Novanis'
Oh,
turn.
right. Yes, it was his turn. Okay, so he moves, and I gotta put you above him now.
He was already
I
right
was
above
above him.
right, so it shouldn't matter in this case.
And let's see, he is going to cast a spell on Maloki. And
We can see him, so I can spellcraft it this time at least.
He
Hey,
rasps
me too.
out. You need to just lie down and die.
It's probably Phantasmal Killer again. My
You
guess.
spellcraft, and you know that he is casting Phantasmal Killer.
All right.
Maloki,
Good luck, Maloki.
Do I know it too? No, probably not.
you actually don't know what spell it is,
Damn it.
Well,
which
unfortunately, that
means
was
I
just...
need a will save.
Actually, the spellcraft would have helped because he would have got a bonus against the will save if he passed
Yeah.
it. Because he'd be like, oh, I know what this spell is, but yeah, not so much. I didn't know you had +12 on spellcraft, though. That's
It's
pretty
actually +8. My mistake.
good. Oh, okay.
My vision's still a little wonky. Let's see.
Oh, your vision IRL. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, no.
Sorry,
my-
man, the sleet storm. It's
I-
fucking me up. I'm putting the wrong spellcraft checks because of the sleet storm, yo.
No, so mine was actually 12 total.
Yeah.
Sad face.
Well, you
Alright, here's my will.
will save.
Fuck!
Ooh.
Roll
Fuck
fortitude.
me!
Are you including your heroism bonuses? Not that it matters
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I am put it on blah 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 Hero Lab.
Yes, everyone's quite intense.
Is Secret even here? Did she wander off when she died?
She has a headset, so she's probably walking around, but she's
I'm in
listening.
the kitchen. Yeah.
Oh,
trying to-
fuck!
Oh my
Here,
god.
Okay.
Oh no!
Maloki.
This guy's a
do we
beast.
have ways
From
to
the
deal
depths
with
of
this?
space, a thing that should not be creeps towards
Yeah,
you,
that's fucking
and
so
it's
bad
all
luck.
encompassing. It drags you into
With
the
this guy.
depths of the void, and your heart seizes up,
Son of a bitch!
and you die of fright.
No!
Well, I guess I'm the
I'm gonna
only
go
original
cry in a
party
corner
member now. Do we even
Araxi.
have ways to kill this guy now? I don't even think
Maybe.
I can't. He's in the air right now, so I can't really tentacles him, can I?
They reach
could-
20 feet.
Oh, they reach 20 feet up, so I could tentacles him then. So I probably realized Moloki's dead because I know that was Phantasmal Killer, and I know what that spell
Yep.
does. So, so I'm not going to feel bad if the tentacles encompass Moloki. I'm going to try to avoid hitting Safa because I probably don't know if Safa's alive yet or not. So what's the range on these tentacles? But the duration, it's a
like
20
a
foot,
20
I think?
foot
I like that.
radius?
You said I don't know if Safa's alive yet or not.
Well, yeah, Araxi doesn't know, so I would try to avoid hitting you with the tentacles. So let's see here. Yeah, I should be able to hit something like that. The tentacles hitting just him. I could actually probably could just hit him and not hit Maloki without even having to move. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to cast Black Tentacles on him. I'm going to use an Arcane Reservoir point to boost it because it's all or nothing at this point anyway.
Yeah.
Might as well just use all the freaking resources.
All right, roll the caster level. Well, not the caster level check, but
The grapple
base attack
check.
bonus. Yeah, the grapple check.
Yeah, and I said I was going to write it down, but I didn't. So let me figure this out real fast. So it's plus my spell or caster level, which I'm increasing by 1, plus 4, plus my int modifier. I think that's all the bonuses to this thing. And a +1 size bonus. God damn it. Okay, well I probably failed to grapple
23
him.
to beat his CMB.
Just beat a CMD.
No, you beat it.
Really? Okay. I got enough bonuses that I just needed to not roll a 1.
He's a wizard.
Yeah, I know, but I rolled a 2, so... But I have
It's a high
stacked...
bonus.
I stacked a fuck ton of bonuses on here. Yeah, +1 to the caster level, plus...
I mean,
Fox's
granted,
Cunning
like
on him.
you were close to failing.
Yeah.
You were like 2 off, but
Probably if I
yeah.
didn't have Fox's Cunning on, or I didn't use my Arcane Reservoir or something. Well, Fox's Cunning really was the real difference maker, boosting my
All right,
int by
but
2.
you tentacle him.
Okay, and the tentacles are going to do...
Can you draw the black
Well,
tentacles?
I can try. It's like a 20-foot radius, so... Something like that, I think? Does that look about right? That might be off a little bit. I think that's...
It's a 20-foot radius, right?
Yeah, that's actually off by
way
a
too
lot.
small.
I think I actually need to teleport away before I do
You
it.
don't have this.
Oops.
There's your tentacles.
Is that the proper size then? Or is
I
that
don't
still
know.
too small?
That looks like it's
I think I actually do need to...
about right.
It's a little bigger.
It might be like
There
a
we
square
go.
too small.
So actually, yeah, I can cast it without getting caught in it. And just hit him with it. I'd probably throw it like a little... Well, if possible, I'd throw it a little bit higher so that the square above him... like I said, I'm going to hit it like so. It's probably hitting Maloki because I know Maloki's dead anyway. But I'm not going to hit Safa. I'm going to try to like put it right at the edge of where Safa is. But I want to have him have like multiple squares he needs to pass through to get out of it.
Like right here, right?
Yeah, something like that's probably fine. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to move.
Well, they don't grab dead things already.
Oh, they don't?
No,
They
they
know
just
to-
constrict.
They know to
living
leave him
things.
alone.
Well, that's their intelligences. If it's moving around and shit, then like constrict it.
Right. It does some damage as well, I think.
Yes,
1d6
it does.
plus 4 damage.
This is getting all like HP Lovecraft up in here.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, it's about to get better.
Oh, that makes me
Abercak's
happy.
about to do some witch things.
All right.
So 8 damage from the
Lana,
tentacles.
yeah, she
took
is
off.
scared and runs.
Fuck those tentacle things! I'm outie this shit.
Well, Lana's gonna die then because she's gonna get left in the Armageddon Echo probably.
Right, but she's not intelligent enough to know.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Mantis.
So 5 foot step, chuckle, and then vomit swarm.
spiders. Oh man.
No,
Okay.
not spiders.
Bats?
Wasps.
Wasps, okay. That works.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to cast this on him last time, but it's like I actually tried to, but I hit the illusion version of him.
So 10 foot by 10 foot. No,
Yep, there you
they come out next to me.
Okay, there you go.
But they have to fly into it.
Yeah, I have to direct them on my next turn.
Oh, okay.
Okay, is that your turn?
You could try to dim door if he has it out of this mess.
If that's your turn, then it's his turn. He's going to try and cast a spell. So he has to cast it defensively. What's the CM? What is the CMB of the tentacles that he has to beat?
The CMB, it's all that mess in there. So what is that?
Yeah, that's my turn.
21. CMB of 21.
21 plus 10, so 31.
It's pretty high. Nope.
It is pretty high.
Oh, it's a spellcraft.
Those natural ones are depressing.
Where is my freaking spellcraft? Yeah, you have like really high saves too. Like, so it's
plus 11 and plus 12.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter when you roll ones.
It doesn't matter when you roll
20.
ones. Ooh, is that his concentration?
Yeah, it's concentration.
All right.
He
so
does not succeed.
He's failing. What was he trying to cast? Dim door?
Yeah, you.
sorry.
You can whatchamacallit, spellcraft things that
Yeah, I
are
gotta-
trying to be cast, and yeah, he's trying to cast Dimension Door.
The swarm does move towards him. I didn't read my
Okay.
spell correctly.
I'll let you have it for now. Okay.
This is my first time using the spell. I'm sorry.
You should know everything like an encyclopedia.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it moves towards
I'm not
a
angry at
living
you, I'm
thing
just
at my
disappointed.
choosing, and it's a standard action to change its direction. So the bees do 2d6 plus poison, so he needs to make me a fort save, and I'll roll the damage. And the fort save is DC 13.
That's a really bad fort save.
It is.
So he takes 1 dex damage.
It's a wizard.
And he can, I guess, the cure is 1 save.
Okay. He fails to cast his spell then. And it's Araxi's turn.
Okay.
He's yelling, swatting at the wasps and being constricted by the tentacles.
Yep. How unfortunate for him.
Fuck him.
I need to try to maintain the grapple, I guess, technically, so let me roll that.
Yes.
But it should succeed on anything other than a 1. Because it's still
I roll that
bonuses.
1.
Again,
These
plus
other
5.
fine people have rolled 1s.
Yeah, I know. Somebody else has rolled 2 of them in a row, so I mean, I know that's only a
There
1
can't be that many left, guys. It's okay. I took the hit for
It's
that.
a 1 in 400 chance that you roll 2 1s in a row, but it happened.
Shut up.
Alright, let me roll the damage as well. D6 plus 4 takes 10 damage. Do these
10.
tentacles attempt to grapple the swarm? Like, how does that
They
work?
do, but it's ineffective against them. Swarms are pretty much immune to anything that like tries to single
Tries to
target.
grapple, yeah. Okay. So they're trying to grab the wasps, but like
Yeah, but like
can't.
they don't even swat at them. Like if they swatted at them, it might do some damage to the swarm. But they're trying to grab. All they know how to do is grab. So they can't grab the individual things. They're just like flying around inside the tentacles.
I should have taken a damage spell. Because now I'm like, crap. I was hoping we'd have like, you know, our front line do damage. I'm gonna drink my potion, I guess, and that's gonna be my
Stuff
turn.
is dead. Mantis.
Well, I cast my damage spell.
Yeah, this is my damage spell as well. I can summon.
I'm going here, and I'll have the wasps do some more damage.
Do I have anything we could summon that'd be useful?
And
How long does Raise Dead take to cast?
they'll
What?
do some more dex damage. So
Raise
1
me,
dex
Raxi.
damage.
Do what
Is that
now?
automatic or is it
Raise
the
you?
poison?
Animate dead.
It's the
Don't we have a
poison.
scroll of Raise
So,
Dead?
Mhm.
yeah.
He saves.
I do have a scroll of animate dead.
Okay. 1 more dex damage.
Of course, you would just get grappled by the tentacles, but you know.
Can I still fly?
And I will
No, you wouldn't be able to fly either.
Oh.
Unless I cast it again on you.
evil eye him to reduce his saving throws.
Okay.
By 2.
And I will evil eye it to extend its duration. I mean, I will chuckle to extend its duration.
Okay. On his turn, he's gonna try and cast another spell.
Where's my spellcraft bouton? Hey! They wasted a nat 20 on that.
Nope, he fails.
Oh.
You see him actually trying to use his staff and cast a spell from that, and you know it's a fireball, but he doesn't succeed.
How unfortunate.
And like I said, he's trying to produce the somatic and verbal components, but it just comes out as like gurgles and incoherent yelling and screaming. Araxi?
I could blind him, I guess. I mean, just for funsies. Sure, I'll throw glitter dust at him again. That way, even if he can get a fireball off, he won't know where I'm at. So, glitter dust boosted DC by 1, so it's a DC 21 will save first glitter dust.
He saves.
Dang, okay. And I'm still gonna...
And that's with the -4 to his.
Oh, you're right. Thank you for reminding me.
So he actually is blind then?
Yes, that was
Okay.
a
And I was gonna
17
use my
retroactively.
shift ability to move over 20 feet down off the planet over here. So hopefully he doesn't know where I'm at. Use shift. Where is shift on here? I got too many abilities. There it is.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yep. Oh, I need to roll the... Sorry, I need to roll to maintain the grapple. Let me do that now.
Okay, thank you.
And
Woo!
the damage is 7.
Nice. Die, fucker, die!
Round 3 of my black tentacles.
Okay. He is still alive,
Yep.
but not looking
So
very good.
I'll have the swarm do damage. He needs to make another fort save. He takes 1 more dex damage from the poison. And
Okay.
I am going to evil eye him. DC 19 will save. Not evil eye. I'm going to
Good old
misfortune him.
Okay, he fails. He's unlucky.
And I'm going to chuckle.
He's gonna try and cast a spell again.
He needs to roll twice and take the lower result.
And I'm going to spellcraft it.
Not on his caster level checks.
It's D20 rolls, isn't it?
For misfortune?
I guess it's not caster level check. It has everything except that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, so close.
That was really close, actually.
He still cannot get a spell off.
Hopefully he's out of dim doors, though, and even if he cast, it would have just been like a damage spell. He would have done like lightning bolt, and it would have been at the square I used to be in, like over here.
All right, Araxi.
I'll go ahead and start with the grapple thing, so I don't forget. And let's say something like, "What's the matter, Noel Venice? You seem a little stuck there.
Okay.
Not having a good time." I'm gonna try to intimidate him.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to give him the shaken condition. Yeah, 22 intimidate. I don't remember how it works. It probably doesn't work, but
It's his hit die plus 10 plus his wisdom.
yeah, that's probably not high enough to demoralize him. But you know, I'm trying to. And then I'm gonna like shift again up after saying that, so he doesn't know where I'm at. Because he's.
Okay.
Have you been rolling the will save to see if he's still blind?
I'll do that right now.
Yeah.
He's still blind.
Okay. Yeah, I shift over here.
All right, Mantis.
I'm going to cackle again, and then I'm going to heal familiar
Okay.
with touch. Hooray! That's actually pretty decent. Is that 16? Yeah, okay. And I will move here.
Did you roll for the wasps?
I did not.
They might
Go
kill
ahead
him.
and roll me a fortitude save. Take the lower of the two results. DC 13.
Yep, it takes one more deck.
Yep.
Okay, and with that he does go past 0.
Yay, we did it!
Hooray!
God
We
damn.
chipped away at his health.
It only took 3 of our players.
And as
Yeah,
he
we
goes
only
down,
Had to lose the whole party.
sputters in blood, blind with the tentacles constricting him still, and the wasps stinging him. He like yells out. Hold on, I gotta go find his monologue.
Your illusions are fake. My magic is real.
Oh, he yells out, "This changes nothing. You think you've won? My mistress has all that she needs. Your world will burn. You will all drown in your own blood." Ah! As he finally dies.
Oh, what a pitiful ending for this guy.
I would feel bad for him if he hadn't killed like our entire party.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Yep, and in combat.
Yeah, I mean, dismiss the tentacles after he's, knocked out there. Probably, if they haven't actually completely killed him, I'd probably just go over and coup de grace him with a
Well, they
dagger.
eventually do crush his body until he's completely dead.
Right. I mean, I'd dismiss the tentacles even if at some point, even if they didn't, but. And would coup de grace him myself if I needed to. But yeah, either way, he dead.
He is dead.
I'm not gonna like keep him alive for questioning or anything like that. And I'm gonna see if we can find what might be that key.
You loot his stuff, and
loot his stuff.
man, you find stuff.
All right, the staff might be useful.
All right, what you find on him?
Probably the spell book as well.
So he has a He has a pouch that's filled with components and a lot of other things too. 1,000 gold in diamond dust and a fresh 5,000 gold diamond.
So 1,000 gold diamond dust. How much gold diamond?
A 5,000 gold diamond.
I guess that's components if we want to resurrect somebody.
There's his staff. He's wearing what looks to be a pair of very nice dark leather bracers. His fine cloak.
Cloac, okay.
A ring, like some kind of signet ring, as well as another ring. He has a book on him as well, a sealed iron-bound tome. And there's this like purple crystal on him that's fairly big. You can almost like hold it like in the palm of your hand and use it like a dagger.
I wonder if that's the key. Okay. Is that?
Oh, and he also has looks like he's wearing some kind of headband.
Okay. If it's an intelligence headband, I'll probably want it, but then again, maybe
All right, that's what he's
wants
got.
it. Iberquek, what do you want of this stuff? Because I remember that's what he wanted.
Well,
wanted
I'll try
stuff.
to know what all of this stuff is.
Yeah, I'll do some spellcraft checks on this
How many
stuff as
spellcrafts?
well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Is that correct? 7 spellcraft checks?
Yes.
I'll let him do his first, and then I'll do mine afterwards on anything that doesn't get identified.
Okay, those are all pretty high. I'll just give it to you. I don't see anything particularly low. Okay,
18 is the
so
lowest one.
you know that headband is a headband of intellect +2.
Okay.
His cloak is a cloak of resistance +2.
Okay.
He has a ring of protection +1.
Okay.
Did I tell you what the bracers are?
No.
Nope.
These are bracers of armor +4.
That's pretty good.
Hmm.
Give it to Maloki if Maloki
And
were
finally,
still here.
the
Shut up.
staff.
See, so the bracers would be so good for Maloki.
This is the Staff of Dark Flame. It radiates moderate evocation and necromancy.
Oh, my
It
2
is
prohibited
caster
schools.
level- It is
Or
caster level
opposition.
8th, but of course, as a staff, it uses your caster level.
Yeah.
It has the following spells in it: Ray of Enfeeblement, Scorching Ray, False Life, Fireball, and Animate Dead. Fireball takes 2 charges, and Animate Dead takes 3 charges. And right now, it currently has 6 charges left in it. The value of the staff is 44,000 gold.
It's pretty valuable. What was the name of it again? Staff of...
The Staff of Dark Flame. And when wielded in combat, it counts as a +1 flaming staff.
Yep, that's not in Hero Lab. I'd have to do it manually. Okay, I might ask for that again if Araxi's the one that ends up getting that staff. I don't know if that's what's going to happen because I still don't know what Iberkek wants.
It's actually in PFSRD because this was part
Right,
of
it's
the
just-
old.
So I could look it up in
Adventure Path.
there then and manually add it that way. But
Yeah, you can find it here.
yep, I found it already. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's interesting. Those are my 2 opposition schools.
It was made by him, although you wouldn't know that. You
Yeah.
could guess
Did he
it.
have a spellbook on him, or is a spellbook?
He does. He
hidden
has an
somewhere?
iron-bound tome.
So how do staffs work? They contain those things and they don't recharge at all, right? They're like wands.
You have to
charge them
recharge them.
yourself. You can throw spell slots in to charge them,
Oh,
basically.
you can throw
You have to
spell
be able to
slots
cast
charge
the
them.
highest level spell level of it and the
Mhm.
spell, and you can do that once per day to restore 1 charge to it.
Does it have to be one of the spells on the staff, I think? Like,
I'm not sure if it has to be one in the staff or just a spell slot of that level.
let's read here.
You can
Recharging
check for me if you'd
staffs.
like. But what do you guys
Spellcast-
do?
When you prepare spells or regain spell slots, you can also imbue one staff with a portion of your power, so long as one or more of the spells cast by the staff is on your list, and you're capable of casting at least one of the spells. So yeah, you have to be able to cast those spells.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could do that
Either
even if it's an
fireball
opposition
or-
school.
Yeah, I know.
But it
Dead.
might. I'm not sure if it'd take like double charges or anything like that to do it.
Oh, and you also identify the whatchamacallit, the crystal. That
Okay.
looks like the key you're looking for.
Well, I'm
It's
going to
radiating
offer,
conjuration.
as much as this staff is pretty cool and all, it actually is, like I said, it's my opposition schools anyway. So I'm going to actually offer that to Eberklek. Do you want this staff? I think it's the most valuable thing here.
What does my familiar have to say about this staff?
Oh, it vehemently opposes that staff because it has a certain spell in it. It says that if you take it, then, never cast Animate Dead.
Okay. Perhaps we should take it to make sure it's not cast?
Take it for safekeeping.
He'd
Yeah.
say destroy it.
Okay, we'll take the staff.
Okay. I'm going to give Eberklek the staff then. Is there anything else that you really want,
We
though?
didn't get one of the rings, and I think that's it.
If that was the 18 or
Only
something.
one ring is magical.
Oh, okay. Only one of them is
The
magical.
signet ring is not magical. And it bears this strange design on it, this spidery looking rune.
I guess I ask if you want this ring. The other one, I mean, I'll keep the spidery signet one because I think that might be important. But
The ring of protection?
the ring of protection, do you want that thing? I already have one, so this doesn't do me any good.
Let me check real quick.
You might have one too. I don't know.
No, I don't have one. I'll take that too.
Are you sure? I will tell the group out of character that I don't think you should give this character too much of the loot because you may not get it back.
Oh yeah, this character is a temporary character. That's fine though because
Especially since that staff is insanely powerful and valuable.
right. Well, I think just that and the +2 ring is enough for him because the staff is worth is pretty much probably most
It's worth
of the
more
value.
than everything else he has combined.
Right. So
Yeah.
I'm already giving him half the wealth, and then the ring of protection +2 is only worth like 2,000 gold anyway, so I don't feel too bad giving him that. But I'll take everything else if he's fine with that.
He's fine with that.
And I know, like, Safa and Maloki are dead right now, but I don't want Secret and Derek's opinion of, like, where loot should go to, like, not be a factor here.
I wasn't planning on giving my opinion because, well, I'm dead. So
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but it still benefits the group.
This benefits the group. So I'll share some out of character stuff right now. This is just a temporary character for the Shadow Realm. That's why he said he wanted half of the stuff, or he wanted a portion of the loot.
I don't know. Maybe you should
he was
bring
probably
him along.
going to take him along.
Yeah, maybe you should bring him along. He seems like a decent character.
No, I think he has a different character he wants to play. It just didn't make sense for his other character to show up in the shadow.
Yeah, I understand that, but still.
I mean, I could.
Hey, if you want to play the other one more, do it. But I'm just saying, this seems like a decent character.
it would be harder for me to like. He does stuff like this for his own benefit. He's a mercenary, and he was like in here tracking you guys, and he was like, maybe I can, value from helping these guys as long as I don't die myself. That's the risk of being a mercenary. And he was pretty confident that he could. Anyway.
So it's a headband of intelligence.
Intellect +2.
Does it have like a skill keyed to it or none?
No.
No skill keyed to it. Okay.
But aside from loot distribution, what do you guys do?
Abrahek would offer to perhaps help the monkey back to...
do you guys want to dispel the Mirage Arcana?
Actually, yes.
Yeah,
that is something that Abrahek wants to do.
Okay.
I'll attempt to do that as well. Dispel magic.
So...
+1 with arcane.
Oh, you can do it first then.
So +9 on the caster level check. That's a pretty low roll, so I probably didn't do it.
That's okay. I'll give it to you since you have nothing pressing. Because this is just fun outside information. You dispel the illusion.
It's a white grid, isn't it?
It's just a white grid underneath it. There's nothing there! Whoa!
Yeah, just a round room. Okay. Glad I didn't bump into a wall, but I died.
You are in an observatory with the telescopes become unmasked. They are not planets, and the central orrery is just a solar system of the planets that one could climb on top of.
Cool.
Let's see here. I'm going to add a custom gear thing in here for the key. Purple crystal key.
The shadow key.
Yeah, custom gear. Purple crystal key. And I think there's like somewhere for diamond dust in here. There's diamond dust vial.
I think you just have to do custom gear.
I think I have to do that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just add custom gear for that as well, I guess.
There's a spell component thing on here, Lab, somewhere.
It's 5,000 gold diamond dust and 1,000 gold, or no, 1,000 gold diamond dust, 5,000 gold diamond. Okay, that's useful stuff to have if we want to, like, I don't know, raise dead or something. Anyway, I can dim Doris back to the dragon so we don't have to fight any of this guy's minions on the way out of here or something. So yeah, I'll gather up. I'm not going to open the spellbook or anything because I'm worried that he might have runes or something like that on it. So I'm going to wait till later to do that. But I am going to take it with us. Do I detect any magic on his spellbook, actually, with Detect Magic, though?
You do detect magic on it.
Okay, so I know to be careful with that thing, then. I can try dispelling it later, though.
Alright, let's see. Experience.
But yeah, I'm gonna dim door.
Everybody gains
Mutiny real
2,400 experience for successfully defeating Nolvana.
How much? 2,400?
2,400 each, which should put you guys to level 9.
Yeah, puts us at...
Yep.
1,050 over level 9.
You don't have to
And-
track it on that character, obviously.
Yeah, I'll dim door me and Eberkrek back, and bring Maloki and Safa's bodies with us as well.
I will tell Secret and Derek this. You guys are at the point now where you have enough wealth to resurrect these two characters. So if you don't want to make a new character, you may continue playing Maloki and Safa.
I mean, I did just get components as well, so.
But we only have one scroll, and I'm totally okay with letting Safa die. I had my fun with her.
Do we have a scroll of Raised Dead? Is that something we actually have?
I think so.
I have like 20 backup characters built just for the fun of it, so I think I'm okay.
Well, I want to let you guys know that because
Right.
obviously, like, some of these characters have gotten pretty like into the story of the thing, and I would personally hate to see the it stop. And like I said, you guys are at the point now where death is recoverable.
It's kind of silly right now. If Araxi goes back, she's the sole owner of the goblin now.
Yes!
I'm pretty sure she's the sole owner of the goblin.
You guys are
and
also
she's
going to
like the one that
get
doesn't
a
care about it.
reward too,
Be like, God damn it!
a monetary reward.
But did
the
anyone
end of
care
this
about
book.
it?
So, but I mean?
I thought
can
Arax
you-
or Asha
Do we have scrolls
Asha
or
did
ways to resurrect
a
you?
little bit.
on a
We don't have any
save
scrolls, I
save?
don't think, right now, unless somebody else has them on their person.
You may not
No,
have
like I
them
said,
right
I'm
now, but
bringing-
you
I-
can get them.
Yeah, we can get them. I could even cast them with UMD potentially. Like I have a plus 14 to UMD, and it'll be higher
Do
with
you
the
have
level up because I'm
time?
probably gonna.
Because my body's gonna rot.
You know what I do have actually is a wand of gentle repose.
Oh, how
So
sweet.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I held on to it, so I'm gonna cast that
Uh-huh.
on
Maloki
everybody
and Safa.
Okay.
and Asha
What
actually.
do you do with Nelvenus's body?
Leave it.
I'll bring it with us, I guess, because I can be like,
Uh.
look, Mr. Dragon, we killed him, or me and Eberkrek did.
All right, so you guys
Well,
dimension
did
door out.
some damage before they died, at least.
I did 20 damage, yeah.
Yeah.
The wolf. Let's see. What about the wolf?
Yeah, I don't know what the wolf does. It ran off, and I don't.
She's just gone.
I think she's
there's
just gonna
really
die.
no reason for her to go back. She's
I can't see
terrified.
any way. I can't see any way that we can rescue her unless I maybe I have asked Shalelu to help me track the wolf down. But we don't have a whole lot of time to do that. So.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I just can't think. And Araxi doesn't have the attachment to the wolf the way Maloki does. So why is she gonna go do it? She's like, whatever. It's that stupid wolf. I think 2 legs is already too many. 4 is right out.
You're funny.
I was waiting for that.
So yeah, I'm gonna dim door all 3 bodies, me and Eberkek, and come back to the conservatory where presumably I'll find Shalelu and what's his face. And hope that he's gonna hold up his end of the bargain.
Eberkek,
Okay, you guys do.
actually, at this point, he's just going to leave.
Okay.
So he's not even gonna let me dim door us back.
I guess if he's taking anything, what is he taking?
He's taking the staff.
He's taking the staff and the ring of protection +1.
Okay, everybody's okay with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Man, Drew would have probably thrown a huge argument about that because it's
About
funny.
the staff?
Drew's character has that staff,
Oh,
and
I
he
was
has
tempted
loved it to death.
I was
But,
tempted to take it with
oh,
Araxi,
okay.
but I was like, they're my opposition schools for one thing.
I know
no,
that
that's-
it's super good, and it's like.
Well, it was
things
particularly
equipped-
good for him because he went into Arcane Trickster, so he was sneak attacking with all those scorching rays.
Right.
And the fireballs are also really useful.
That makes a lot of sense.
And the
but,
animate
I mean,
dead too.
I just don't think I don't think it makes it's a cool staff, but I don't think it is something that Araxi really would be all
Yeah,
that
I get it.
interested in. She'd probably want a staff, but that's not the staff she would want.
Maybe we'll see Eberkek in the future.
Yeah, maybe.
If
Maybe,
you ever come to the plane of shadow, he might come back.
we'll probably be back in the plane of shadow, is my guess. But yeah,
All right, you guys teleport back to the conservatory eventually.
yep. Without Eberkek. So it's just Araxi and like 2 dead people
Yep.
and no wolf. Be like, well, we got rid of Null Venice, but it came at a very high
Shalelu
cost.
and Razorhorn are very surprised
To see me back, or to see people dead.
to see just this scene.
Oh yeah, and I brought Null Venice with me as well. What's
Yeah,
up?
that's part of the
Eberstadt
surprise.
would have done something for Araxi before he left. He would have healed her.
Oh, okay. With his
For you, just your full health. He casts a spell on you, and you're at full health.
okay then. So I come back at full health, like, yep, easy, GG, easy, Null Venice.
Okay. You guys make it back.
Flawless
What do you
victory.
do?
Okay, maybe not. Not so flawless.
Shalelu and
victory.
Razorhorn are both speechless.
A less flaw victory.
Yep. So I'd pull out the crystal dagger thing and be like, is this the key that you were speaking of?
Razorhorn slowly nods his head and speaks, yes. Yes, that is.
Okay, how do we use it to get out of here?
He walks towards you slowly and with his low to the ground, non-threateningly, I guess. And he
Yeah, I'm gonna still
extends
sense
a
motive
claw.
on him to make sure that he's not trying anything funny. But if I don't sense anything that's up, I'll hand it to him.
You don't sense like you're pretty sure that he's not trying to hurt you, or that he's actually like
He might
he's
even
actually
be
afraid of you.
Yeah, because I killed Novanus with some
Yeah,
help.
Nolvenus is dead now. And if they can kill Nolvenus, then they can certainly kill me.
I mean, even if it's just me and Shalelu, we probably can take him.
Do you think maybe like there's even like a little tremble in his body language?
I mean, we did
He's
already beat him
humbled.
once. Yeah.
But yeah, he extends his claw and asks for the shadow key.
Yep. Yeah, I give it to him.
He clutches it, and his dragon eyes like kind of narrow on it as he just admires it as a dragon would any kind of gem. And he says, we need to get somewhere far from all of these elves. Somewhere remote in the city.
Well, we're gonna have to walk or something. All out of dim doors.
Very well. It'll be worth it. It'll also take some time.
I can fly us there, though, or I can fly there. You can fly as well, right? I can cast
He
it on
rolls his
Shalelu.
eyes.
So but it'll be difficult to bring all these people with us.
He shrugs. Whenever you're ready.
I'd be loath to leave them here in the plane of shadow.
Well, anyone you care about, take with you.
Okay, well, what I can do here is I can use my I'm going to use a standard action to pull my spell book out of the arcane plane, or the astral plane, because I have it stored in a secluded grimoire, and I'll use a reservoir point to trade out a spell for Ant Hall, I think, and maybe that'll be enough to carry everyone.
And
Oh my god, a mermaid like hopping around carrying 3 dead.
Really silly.
Well, I'm gonna have Shalelu help as well. Yeah,
Shalelu helps, and
like carry
she
Moloki or
does
something,
lament the loss
we don't need to
of
bring
Safa and
Nolvenus.
Moloki, saying that they both, fought bravely, and that she will remember
Right.
them. That they will, their bravery will be remembered, but her people might be able to help them.
Well, we'll see, but we need to get out of here first. So yeah,
All
I'm
right,
gonna cast.
you guys go to a remote
Hall
part.
myself.
In fact, you might even go to the music place.
What would I get rid of for that? Mage armor. I don't need mage armor anymore.
And once
because
you
I
guys
have-
get there, Razorhorn, he holds the key and he tells all of you, and now we wait.
Okay. It seems concerning, but I'll take your word for it.
A few hours go by, and he sits there with the key, turning around in his claw. Do you guys do anything?
I lay there dead.
A sense motive? Is he like trying to trick us somehow?
You don't think so. In fact, you don't really think he's doing anything.
Okay, I'll ask him why we have to wait. Does this key only work at a certain time?
He says, I can activate it whenever I want, but this is much more satisfying, I assure you. He says, trust me, it'll be worth it. You'll never see this happen again.
Okay,
Hopefully.
and my sense motive, I don't think he's trying to do anything.
You don't
like,
think he's
fucked up.
trying to hurt you, but you do think that you might just feel like incredibly curious about like his agenda and motive.
Yeah.
In fact, you feel like he's like concealing this like burning hate.
Like, I'm guessing he just wants to see Chelwinvian get destroyed. So he wants to. That's all we're doing is we're literally just sitting here and we're gonna teleport right as Chelwinvian is destroyed, and he can be like, "Wow, look at these elves dying."
But yep, more hours
Can
pass,
you take
and
pictures, Safa?
the crystal night sky is clear, but eventually you do see this bright light in the sky that looks like just a very bright star at first.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks up and he says, it's happening.
Okay.
So the star burns brightly, and as it comes closer and grows larger, you guys feel the heat from it already, like on your skin. And although it's diluted, it's still rather warm.
I ask Razorhorn if he's seen this before.
He nods. He says he's seen it a few times before. And that an interesting fact is that although all of this is conjured and mostly insubstantial, that the shadow plane still animates everything with a little bit of semi-quasi-real shadow stuff. What you're seeing up there is a semi-real heavenly body. Do you think, he poses the question to you, do you think even a semi-real celestial body would still have enough force to kill you?
Probably. Even if I disbelieved it, it would still have,
He
on some
grins,
level, would affect me.
and he says, yes, all of them will die.
What, all the Shadow Elves left here that were working under Null Venice? Who are we talking about here?
He says, not the shadow elves. They're barely real. I'm talking about the other drow.
Yes, the Drow that
I'm
were
sure
here with
somewhere
Venice.
in the streets, maybe near the original portal or the observatory, they're scrambling, screaming, crying for help or mercy. They won't receive any.
No, indeed, they won't even find Null Venice. In their dying moments, they'll probably believe Null Venice has abandoned them.
Yep, and as you converse, the star that caused Earthfall starts to plummet towards Galarian, and eventually there you hear this impact as it like streaks across the night sky and kind of burns your skin a little bit as it arcs over the world. And you hear like the deafening crash of it slamming into the planet, and this like wave of fire that starts to like engulf the horizon. And he holds the key tightly, and it begins to glow. And just before the impact engulfs Chelwinvian, you all teleport.
All right. Well, me and Shalala with the dead bodies of everyone minus Nolvenus, because we left him behind.
Yep.
I actually kind of
You're leaving
like that,
behind
but all
Nolvenus.
this, the idea of all the drow trying to like find Nolvenus and being like, "Where the hell is he? We can't find him!" Like thinking he just left without them or something. Because that's probably what they would think, right? Like that's how I'd imagine it going down.
Yeah.
Maybe as they get desperate enough, they actually try to go into the observatory because they're probably told not to go in there. But then they can't even find him in there.
Well, a bunch of them are patrolling the streets. A bunch of them have been pulled back to defend the observatory that you guys can just skip at that point with teleportation magic. And then, yeah. Okay, let's see. This is everybody. There's Dead Mloki, Shalelu, Dead Asha, Dead Safa, Noraxi. Yeah, I think it's everybody. You guys appear right over here.
Hey, Cardragus should not be here. We actually brought his body with us through the portal.
Oh, yeah. He's gone.
So we don't see anybody here.
Nope, you're just at the academy.
Okay, then. I have general repose on these bodies, so we probably don't need to necessarily bring them with us right this moment. But I'll tell Razorhorn that he probably I'm pleased that he's a dragon of his word, that he did not try to betray us.
I can take you guys to this map.
And but I'll tell him that he probably that the other elves in Chelwinvian probably will not. I can't guarantee that they will respect the help that you have given us, and so I'd suggest that he probably tries to avoid the other elves, at least for now.
Shalelu stays silent, but she does look scornfully at the dragon.
Right.
Like she just barely respects him for helping you guys survive.
Yeah, and Araxi's...
I slap her from beyond the grave.
Araxi's a mermaid of her word and won't, won't try to kill Razorhorn now that you don't need him.
He does say
and honestly,
that,
at this point,
he doesn't care if the elves respect him or not. He only cares that they fear him.
Just avoid them because you're still pretty badly injured, and I would suggest staying away from him for now.
But yep, he leaves the Academy of Arts. He flies into the forest.
Okay. And then I guess I have Shalelu help me move these bodies away from that portal and probably put them somewhere off the side somewhere and be like, we'll have to send some people here to come get them because.
Yep, she will go and
Ant
get
Hall still. I guess. What is the duration on Ant Hall?
Hours.
Oh, it's 2 hours per level. I probably can still. I might be able to. Even honestly, I'm still probably encumbered even with Ant Hall. So I'll probably still set them aside for now and get some elves to help us carry their bodies back to camp or wherever. Or maybe not. Maybe they're setting up camp in here. I don't know how long it's been. It was a few days in there, but who knows if time is different in the Shadow Plane than it is here.
All right, well, eventually she does come back with a contingent of elves. And they say that the Drow forces have been scattered for the past couple of days now, and that they're really just hunting down stragglers.
Okay.
They assume that you're successful since you're alive. Some of you are.
Well, me and Shalelu are alive at least. I need to speak with Eviana and Crucial Grumpy Pants. So, are they still... I assume they're unharmed?
Yeah, they're alive. You guys go back to the...
Okay, then I have them
camp.
help me bring these dead bodies with me. My companions
Yep,
have
they do.
fallen in the fight with Nolvenus, the leader of the Drow that were occupying Chelwinvian.
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, yes, Eviana thanks Araxi and
Shalelu.
just
Hey,
yeah.
there's two Shalelus. What?
Araxi
Hold
as part
on
of
a
the
minute.
party.
Hold on a minute, Maloki. Give me Maloki's dead. I take Maloki's dark vision goggles. We got something to sort out here. I'm guessing there's not actually supposed to be two Shalelus.
Oh yeah. But yeah, she thanks you, of course, Araxi and Shalelu, but particularly you, because you're not an elf. That she thanks you for all that you guys have done, and that she is deeply sorry that Safa and Maloki and Asha were cut down.
Since we were
But-
stuck on the Shadow Plane, we were stuck there if we hadn't defeated Nolvenus anyway. At least they were able to go down fighting, trying to escape.
But
fucking hard, too.
before we mourn, there is a time for a little bit of celebration back at Crying Leaf. Now that victory is ours.
Mm.
But there is something that she will have to tell you, Araxi, and eventually, like I guess while they hold their banquet or after this banquet, she tells you that she's spoken with her contacts in Ayadara about recompense for your daring bravery and selflessness helping us, and that she has requisitioned a lofty sum of wealth to be given to you as a reward.
Okay. Out of character, you should probably have it be like reduced so that if everyone's making new characters, their wealth by level is.
Well, if you're making new characters, yes.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is that each one of you is getting 10,000 gold worth of reward that you can spend on any combination of magical item or mundane item.
Okay.
So, if you want your character resurrected, you can afford to have the character resurrected. She says that it'll take a few days, no more than a week, but they can order stuff from Ayadara to Crying Leaf.
Well, my understanding is that the resurrection will only work on willing souls, correct?
Yes.
So,
So I mean, out of character, you guys will have to decide
basically.
whether you want to continue playing the character or not.
So yeah,
I
Raxi
strongly
will-
urge all of you guys to continue playing the characters, but if you don't want to, then I understand. Bragus, I'm not trying to kill you. That was a very lethal encounter. Nolvenus was an 11th level wizard
Right. No, well, Maloki got
with a
especially
considerable
unlucky.
amount of wealth.
2 ones in a row is extremely
Yeah, it
unlikely.
was sucky.
And his bonuses are high enough that he probably would have passed either one of those saves on like more than 50% of the time, I think, or at least 50% of the time.
And
the fact that he
it
had
was
it was
a combined effort to try and kill him.
Yep.
Even though Safa and Maloki died and Asha died the week before, like every little bit
Right.
mattered.
Yeah, it was satisfying to finally kill him, that's for sure. I gotta think about what
The only
I might
character that
want.
will not be returning right now is Asha, for story reasons.
Right, but you have something worked out with Mantis about that anyway, with his new character.
Yes.
I'm guessing so.
Can my backup character try to resurrect her and fail with
Yeah.
Asha's wealth?
That's fine.
Like, try twice with 2 diamonds?
It doesn't use up the diamond, I think, if the spell fails, does it?
Well, at any rate, I'm not going to let you add
Right, no, I get
Asha's
that.
reward to, yeah.
I get that.
But yeah, you can
saying.
try.
I'm just
This
saying,
is all for our
I don't
PM
think
story.
the reward, like,
Right.
material components get used up if you try to resurrect someone and then they
So,
resurrect
yeah,
it. I think the diamond stays there.
Secret and Derek, just let me know if you want to keep playing the character or if you really do want to make a new character.
Oh yes.
Like I said, I
Sokka's
strongly
gonna
urge you to
live.
continue playing it. And Maloki, I think you should continue playing Maloki. But if you don't, I understand.
Of course, you'll have to get a new animal companion.
I'm trying to understand.
Actually, I already
the
thought
thing,
of that.
and it's just
Yeah.
not clear to me. So I'm researching.
But yes, you are all level 9 now.
Yep. I was hoping that would be high enough level to get teleport, but I gotta get one more level, I think, for that. Let me see. Yeah, not 9th level is not enough. I want to like have Araxi go back to like her homeland, you know, just temporarily, because I think she's invested in like what's going on enough that she'll want to come back.
Okay.
But she's not gonna be able to do that yet anyway, so that's okay though. I mean, on the other hand, Zerun might contact her. I guess she hasn't been able to talk to him for a long time, but who knows? I guess I could get sending or something as well. I think that's a 4th level spell. Maybe it's 5th level. I don't remember. At some point, I'm going to try to use detect magic and try to identify what the spell I'm detecting on the spellbook is. Like when we're back in Cholonvian. Is that something I can do?
What was that?
Can I figure out what I'm detecting from the spellbook?
Sure.
I'm going to
You
try
can try
to...
and spellcraft it.
Is spellcrafting dangerous, though, if it's like runes or something, or would I rather want to use Arcana instead?
You can
Not
knowledge
sure how those
Arcana
work.
first if you want.
I'm not sure how. I don't remember. I don't know how runes work. So I'll do the Arcana first. Oh, that's really good roll. I probably don't know.
You
Okay,
don't
in
know.
that case, I'll just try to spellcraft it and hope I don't just die to the spellbook because that would be really anticlimactic.
Okay. Give me a will save.
Awesome. Well, the good news is my will save is pretty decent. It should be. Is it one higher now from the level up? Nope. It's exactly the same. Exactly the same will save.
Okay. You open the book, and you begin to peruse it, searching for the magic to identify, and you read these runes on it with your read magic, and you hear a suggestion in your voice telling you to burn the book, but you resist.
Okay. That's relatively harmless. I would have lost all the spells, but at least it wasn't going to kill me. Cool, so I get the spells then. That might be useful. I could learn some new stuff from that.
Yep. It has everything on Nolvenus's, whatchamacallit.
I should be able to look that
his
up,
prepared
actually.
spells. But it also has all core players handbook illusion spells up to 5th level,
Okay.
including
You cut
these
out for what
spells.
level?
Those were his prepared spells. So all of those are in the book, including all core
Wow, up to
all
6th
core
level
rulebook illusion
spells.
spells up to 5th level.
Jeez. He's got a couple 6th level spells. I'm not going to be able to
Yeah.
cast those for a long time.
He didn't use the bestow curse he had.
He did use programmed image, I think, though.
Yes, that was the illusion of the elf talking to you guys
Right.
on the globe. But yes, he had empowered fireball. He also did empowered magic missile, but never got around to using that. The empowered fireball hurt though.
Yeah, well, most of the time he couldn't use the magic missile because he couldn't actually see anyone. So I don't know. I definitely like Sleet Storm. It's a pretty nice spell. Maybe wasn't the best spell for that situation. I don't know. I feel like it was a good spell. I think it definitely bought us time that we needed. I wish it was dismissible though, like without having to throw a dispel magic at it. But it's actually not dismissible at all. You have to actually dispel it.
Mm-hmm.
There's also another reason why I didn't boost the caster level of it with the Arcana point. I'm like, I might need to get rid of this thing. Oh yeah, I took the cloak of +2 resistance instead of the +1 resistance. So that'll boost. Actually, my will save will be 1 higher than that.
So I get 10,000 gold. Does my resurrection cost me anything?
Well, you guys have a 5,000 gold diamond.
Right. I would probably volunteer that diamond
You guys
for one of them at least.
Yeah, use that to cut out the material component cost of a raise dead spell.
I guess you know what I could do is I could just have that. Could we just use that and then have both Maloki and Safa get 7,500 for their reward then, and then have only half of each contributing for the cost of the diamond? Does that make sense? That way I'm not having to pick who gets to use that diamond.
That's fine. We can split the money as we want, actually.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. 700. That means they can split their.
And if you guys are unable to cast the spell, Eviana is a cleric. She's just not high enough level cleric to know the spell.
Yeah, she can't hard cast it, but she can use a.
She can use the scroll.
What's the scroll cost? It's
The scroll is like 1,000 or something for a 5th level spell.
Okay. So I mean, you guys will still, after having all that stuff cast, you'll still have like 6,000 something gold to spend on magic items. Or
yeah, Mantis' new character.
Mantis' new character could do it whenever they meet up. Which I don't know if that's going to be like really early on or what. Like early enough that we can just have his character do it. Is that going to make sense, or
what?
Would it make sense for that to be the case for like Mantis' character do it, and then we just have to pay for the diamond?
I plan to have Mantis' new character contact you guys like within a day or two.
Okay.
The character's actually on their way to Crying Leaf.
Okay, so
right now,
maybe that'll be what happens in that case then, so they don't have to spend money on the scrolls. You still have to spend money on the diamonds, obviously, though.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys would have you guys would have 7,500 gold to work with if you guys are keeping your characters. I don't know if we got an answer on if Derek's going to keep playing Maloki.
Yeah, and Derek, if you want to keep playing Maloki, the whole thing with the animal companion is there's a really good feat that I would like to recommend to you to make the companion way stronger.
Oh, like it gets to scale with your other levels.
Yeah,
or something
it's
like
called Boon Companion.
Yeah.
Is you add up to 4 levels worth of its advancement, as long as you don't have whatchamacallit. Basically, if you're missing 4 levels of Druid, you get to add up to 4 levels of Druid in terms of how strong it is. So it would become basically its 7th level advancement after you come back to life. As long as you take a 3rd level in Druid.
What? I get another language known. I can pick whatever one. Okay. That's from the headband. What does a let me look this up. What does a blessed book cost?
10,000.
So I could just get a blessed book. That could be my reward. Just be like, I want. Oh, it technically costs 12,500 actually.
Anything you guys want can come from Ayadara, and the gold cap there is very high. So,
but if I take,
you shouldn't have to worry too much about how much
blessed
the thing
book
costs.
Is technically
it's just
12,500. But if I take the I could contribute some of my own gold on top of that, I guess, if I really wanted one.
And like this is pretty much where we're going to end it tonight, and I'll leave you guys with this. At some point, Eviana does talk to you guys, however many of you guys are alive at the time or whatever, or maybe it's after you guys get situated with your new characters, whether they're completely new or resurrected. She will invite you guys to discuss an important matter, and she talks about how her magisters who have been remaining in Chelwenvian have told her that they think the Elf Gate in the Academy, not the one that you guys took to get to the Armageddon Echo, but the other one by the pool where the Aboleth was. She says that her magisters are telling her that it's still functional, and that they think the Shadow Key can activate it.
Did I get the Shadow Key back from Razorhorn
Yeah.
though? Oh, okay.
He'd have given it back to you. She says that this presents us with an unprecedented opportunity. Because if that Shadow Key can open it, then we might be able to use the Elf Gate to get to wherever it was the Drow were coming from. Because presumably they think that that's how they got to Chelwenvian in the first place. She says that maybe a group of spies, properly disguised, could learn much from a mission like this. And maybe she asks coyly if you would know of a team of adventurers who might be interested in such a quest.
Well, I probably would, because I do want to know more about what exactly they were planning to do with the Shadow Echo, or Armageddon Echo. Who Novenis's so-called mistress he referred to in his dying words was. I probably hadn't told Eviana a whole lot about what we saw in the Shadow Plane, although I'm sure Shalelu told her a lot.
Yeah, she would have told you so.
But, yeah, maybe I'd mention a little bit there about his dying words. He said that his mistress already had enough or something to fulfill her plans, whatever they may be. So I would be interested in finding out more about that. And I maybe even mention as well that it seems that this ancient phenomenon that destroyed Chelwenvian so many years ago, that was being recreated within the Armageddon Echo, was brought on by the shadowy Aboleth, and that is particularly concerning to me.
Yes, very. Alrighty.
So I have a couple of things to say to the other people in the party.
Yes.
Just out of character. It'll be good, so it's no more infernal healing for my character.
Okay. Safa's going to be...
It's going to be a little bit more difficult to heal
Safa.
Yeah.
Well, Safa could use some of the money to get like a wand of inflict or something.
Right. And
I don't think
can
Safa
prepare
minds
inflict, of course.
Right.
And
you can't spontaneously cast it, but you can prepare it.
The cleric won't. Right. Actually, I'm not going to be able to spontaneously cast anything. I'm
you
going
gave
to
up
be
that
like
feature?
Wizard. Yeah, I gave up that feature. I gave up a lot of combat power for
your archetype
intrigue power because I like intrigue.
Is this like one of the intrigue archetypes then, or something?
Yeah, it's Cardinal.
Okay, is that the one that gives you like
6 skill points per level? I lose one of my. I go to Wizard BAB. I go to I lose one of my domains, and I lose spontaneous casting. So I lose a lot,
Jeez. And you
of
only gain
stuff.
skill points?
and I only gain skill points. Yeah,
What?
it's
That's a
really
terrible deal.
terrible.
That's
It's
so
really
bad.
terrible.
I like it anyway, but it's so bad. Paizo, please. You could at least let him keep the domain.
I think it sounds cool.
Yeah, I like
mean,
it. I wish
if
it let
Matt
you keep
wants
the
to
domain,
give
though.
me a little bit back, he could, but I'll do it as raw.
Yeah. It's a really cool class. I just feel like they could at least let you keep the second domain personally. But I mean, I don't know.
Well, you know what? Maybe I'll bring in my War Priest then. That would give some inflict healing as well, negative healing.
Instead
Right.
of Maloki, War Priest.
Good cleric, evil war priest.
No, good cleric, neutral War Priest, but the War Priest deity is technically evil.
What deity are you looking at?
Urgathoa.
Is that the?
Urgathoa. She's the pallid princess.
I don't know anything
Gluttony,
about her. It sounds
rot.
familiar.
Undeath.
Oh, okay, that's
Oh,
like Pharasma's
God.
arch nemesis.
The goddess of disease,
Yeah.
gluttony, and undeath. Neutral evil, so my character is true neutral, but
Yeah.
Sounds like we would have a really, really dysfunctional party in terms of roleplay.
we would, or we always have.
Well, actually, our previous party was pretty functional in terms of like their personalities for the most part. Like they all kind of got along for the most part.
Maloki really only ever talked to you.
But Loki was fit in the least for sure. But
I felt like he still fit in.
yeah. But I mean, he was definitely like, because everyone else was either neutral or evil. So, and then Maloki's like lawful good or something, I think, right? Or was he lawful neutral? He was lawful neutral, I guess.
Lawful neutral, yeah.
I guess we were both technically lawful neutral, but I don't know. I definitely think Maloki and Araxi both lean more towards the good side than evil. But yeah. Although I think technically speaking, most of the time neutral characters do.
The War Priest is a Lightbringer elf.
Huh? Of gluttony? I'm so confused. This character
Essentially, the character is able to spontaneously cast light.
I'm confused about this character
Hold on.
concept.
Yeah, she's able to cast light as a spell-like ability.
Uh-huh. But why? I'm just confused how that fits in with Urgo whatever. The
There we
undead
go.
gluttony.
We
Whatever.
are in Endless Night, book 4.
All right.
And there's
We're
a great picture
we're over
of
halfway through the book.
a very interesting character that you will likely meet in Endless Night.
Is she gonna be our friend?
She might be your friend.
Probably not, though. She's probably Nolvenus's mistress. I don't know. I mean, on the other hand, though, it could be like Hordes of the Underdark, where there's like the good drow, or the not quite as evil as the other drow, I guess.
We're going to Zernikainen, boys and girls.
Yep. And we got to figure out how we're gonna go there without getting killed on sight, I guess.
Yeah. So Safa, sounds like you're gonna play. I mean, Seeker, you're gonna play Safa. Maloki, get back to me on the character that you would like to play. Once again, if you want to play Maloki, you can totally do that. I am going to suggest against being a worshiper of Urgathoa, since that might cause conflicts.
Yeah, I was gonna say that as well.
Well, I was more going for, but anyway.
Don't worry about me. Like, seriously, like, Safa is building her own hunger, and you guys do not have to worry about trying to...
No, that's what I'm saying. Safa can just
Focus
buy and
around her.
inflict. She can
Yeah.
just buy and inflict light wound, or inflict light
Right,
Well,
wound.
I'm just
it's
letting you know it's
character
going
that
to
I
be
like.
difficult for my cleric.
Or
to
hell,
take this off.
if she buys an infernal healing wand, Araxi can just use it for you.
And I mean, if it helps, if you do play Maloki, I already have a plan for your animal companion. You can play with Lana again. She's just going to be a little bit different and dark.
She's gonna be a shadow wolf now.
Well, I found a while ago this feature that I was like, oh wow, like this would be really fun to use. There are rules for accursed companions.
Huh.
Oh, really?
Animal companions that suffered a violent, humiliating, or particularly horrible death.
Interesting.
I would want to know a bit more about that before I would do that.
Basically, what happens with these accursed companions is they have a downside and an upside to them.
So it's sort of like an Oracle's curse, but
Yeah, it's like
maybe
Oracle's
less
curse.
powerful.
So who wants to wear a collar with me?
Why is that?
Collar of unliving servitude, this black iron choker chain forges a link between the wearer and any undead creature, aka Safa, of the wearer's choice. Creating this link requires a command word. The wearer can dismiss the bond with another command word and reforge blah, 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 blah. While the two are bound and within 100 feet of one another, any positive energy damage the undead would take is instead transferred to the wearer as healing. Likewise,
That's cool.
any negative energy damage the wearer would take transfers to and heals the undead.
Oh.
The collar can
sounds
transfer up to 70 points of damage per day.
And you know what, Safa? Calicia would definitely approve of an item like that.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I know.
Who wants to wear it?
Sounds kinky. It's hilarious. Yeah, you have to roleplay that. Have Safa be like, "Hey, you want to wear this? Want to wear this collar with me?"
She's not like that though. I wonder
Calicia
if I
might
can convert
prod
it
you in
into
that direction.
a cuff instead of being take the neck slot, but make it like cuffs or something.
I think I might actually cast a spell I've been talking about casting for a while, but haven't actually done yet. And I took a while back called Planar Inquiry, though, and try to like talk to some extra planar being about what should I do kind of thing.
Oh,
What information
also,
can you give?
the next time we do start up, I'll try to remember, but if you guys also remember, please remind me. If there's anything you wanted to do in Chelwenvium before we leave that, let me know, because there were some loose
Right, I know Safa
plot
might want to
ends,
go back to the like the
and we can
music
handle
place.
those fairly quickly. I won't
Yeah.
really put you guys on maps or anything. We'll
Like when
just
Safa gets
handle the roleplay.
Rez, she's probably going to want to go back and try to get we can go back into that secret container thing because we talked or like whatever we talked to the one ghost when she was still alive as a shadow.
What was the feat you were talking about?
Boon Companion.
Yeah, it lets you use other character levels to
You basically you get 4 levels worth of increasing your animal companion's advancement.
Yep.
So if you took your new level as druid, that would be 3 druid levels, and then you get 4 free levels that would count towards increasing your animal companion. So it would get its automatic 7th level advancement and be at that 7th level.
Be quite a bit stronger then.
Yeah, like not just quite a bit stronger, like exceptionally stronger.
Would it actually be a large creature at that point too?
Yes.
Yeah. Unless you didn't want it to be, I think technically there's an alternate advancement you can pick to have them be medium still or something.
There is an alternate advancement. It would keep it at the size it is, but it would get an increase to its con index.
Yeah. But that's up to you.
I'm not seeing it anywhere.
What,
And-
Boon Companion?
Yeah.
You're not seeing it in Hero Lab? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
I'm looking
saying?
through feats and I'm not seeing it.
It might not. We might not have the book that it's in or something, like the package for
Yeah,
it.
it comes from the one Animal Archive. I have the physical book.
Or Secrets of Secret or Seekers of Secrets.
There's a
Either one
link
of
to it
those
in
books.
PFSRD, just if you want to check the reference of it.
I do have some more questions about my earlier question, Matt.
Oh, yeah, sorry. What did I not answer?
Well, I was wondering because I'm gonna take a feat and.
Oh, right, the feat.
Yeah.
You were asking me what would be best, or what would be a recommendation.
Yeah, I just don't want to blindly pick something and then never run into that ever, And so I'm wondering if, Callistria pays
I'm
her
going
a
to
visit
allow
or-
you to pick this for it, even though it's not an option within the feat. You're going to be running into demons. So at whose behest, they are going to, if you choose to take that feat, they're going to afflict you with a hunger for demonic blood.
Oh. I'll just pick Android for now. Okay.
Android.
Yeah. Because then that'll trigger me like, wait, no, what? Oh,
Because some of the Drow's most loyal and useful allies are demons.
Nope, androids.
Nope, androids.
Replace all. You gotta go through there now and edit the adventure path, so all demons are replaced with androids.
So you guys see, like, after you bring Safa back, if you're present, or, like, the first time you see her, you'll notice that her fangs are remarkably longer.
I'll do you one better,
Would
Safa,
I notice
because normally you would have to take the, if it were available, it would be the evil outsider type rather than demons, because like they're like a subtype of evil outsider, like
Right.
for favorite enemy. I'll do you one better. Not only do you have a hunger for demonic flesh and blood, but your fangs will count as Colern.
Oh! Yay! So yeah, my
It's pretty
thing's
cool.
like all healthy and stronger, and she probably looks paler than usual. Perhaps she's seen death too many times.
Yeah. We can role play out the characters' experiences in death if you guys want to. I would like to do that as well.
Of course, you wouldn't remember them probably, but generally, at least
Yeah.
you don't. Although if it's a special case, you might, I suppose.
Yeah, if you want to type it up to me or whatnot, I don't mind back and
Yeah, I might
forth
type something
typing.
up to you and Derek.
I guess if I took craft wondrous item, I could actually I could get that blessed book by just crafting it
You guys
myself,
are going to
right?
have 2 weeks maximum of downtime between now, book 3 and 4. So if you want to craft or anything, that's how much time you have.
Right.
So since we're kind of closing session probably here, should we go ahead and sell all this shit I have in my inventory?
Yes, you may.
Any of the shit we don't want?
Right. So what, 50%?
Yeah, are we
50%.
selling
I'll
Asha's
start
stuff as
making
well,
a
or is that stuff just going directly to Mantis's new character?
Ignore Asha's stuff right now because Mantis's new character is going to have some roleplay with her.
Okay,
Her stuff is basically untouchable right now.
that's fair.
And Mantis's new character is coming in with like, I think I gave him 8th level gold.
You gave me 8th level wealth.
Yeah, to compensate for new gear and stuff that he's just coming in with.
Right.
I figured
let's
that would be
see.
fair since you guys got 10,000 gold worth of wealth, and even though some of it's being used to resurrect you.
Right. I don't have this diamond anymore. I do still have the diamond dust, although we might have to use that to remove negative levels from Raised Dead. I think so. How much am I using
You can use that or some of the wealth that you guys get. It's going to be 2,000 gold to get both negative levels off.
Okay, so I guess knock an extra 500 off. Well, I guess that'll depend on if Maloki is coming back or not.
Yeah.
If Maloki is not coming back, then obviously I would just use the diamond. Like, only the diamond and the diamond dust would all go to just Safa, right? And Safa would get that full 10,000 in that case.
I suppose, yeah.
And that
think it would be
5,750, is that divided 4 ways or what?
No, that's the total.
That's just the total.
I'm carrying like armor and that whip. I'm gonna sell that whip.
Okay.
And then I have like a click resistance and a ring of protection, so nothing.
I guess
big.
we're gonna wait until...
great sword.
I don't have it.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. What is it?
+1 shocking greatsword.
Yep,
Shock?
8,000 gold. Yeah, you got it off of
So-
the pain taster.
So 4,000. So
Yeah, 4,000.
9,750. So are we splitting that 4 ways, or I mean, is Maloki coming back or not? I mean, I guess that's the real.
I guess I don't know yet.
Yeah.
So just like keep a record of this gold right now.
Yeah, we'll just not split it quite yet, I guess.
Did he go, or he hasn't decided?
No, I'm still here.
We just
Oh.
haven't decided. Well, keep in mind also, we're not, like, Derek and I at least aren't going to be here next week, so I don't know.
Oh, so we probably won't even have a game
It'll
next
probably
week.
be 2 weeks before the next session anyway.
Oh, bummer.
Well, that'll give us time to like sort out
Right.
roleplay and purchases and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
also,
it's Max's wedding next week.
I won't be here next Thursday either. I think I mentioned this already before. I don't think Mantis is here yet, though.